seated on the porch. I was yelling heads up when I saw them folks. Miss Shirley had the weed, gangsta had the coke. Nigga wasn't rich, but he wasn't broke. And I ain't never fixed shit unless the shit broke. Swimming in that water, I ain't never float. Never stopped a red light when I was on go. Started as a rookie, then became a pro. Traded in my 50 for a Kango. Ain't no nigga could tell ya I ain't live it or tell ya I ain't did it, cause I am one of the realest. Best for the summer, trucks for the winter. Catch me in the fur, a fox, a chinchilla. Minding my own business, business was doing well. On the highway to heaven, but sending niggas to hell. Black 38, I ain't never left a shell. Kicking doors in, I ain't never rang a bell. Black shell toes, I run like the MC. Light gray Benz, the kid was AMG. I'm a A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
G solo, my right, left, side, feet.
There you go.
A little bit of everything today, boy. He's cutting up.
Yeah, you here too.
Hey, we got a special guest too. The home, you know we're ready to do no introduction, my brother.
Yeah.
Hey, give it to him.
Man, Dee-1, yo. That's it. I'm Dee-1.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't
gonna do it like that?
You know what? D, we never gonna do that.
You gotta tell us about yourself.
Come on, bro.
Oh, I gotta tell y'all who I am. Yeah. Man. First and foremost, I'm a man of God. You can see that. You feel me? You can see that? Yeah.
Yeah, you powerful. Your word powerful.
Secondly, I'm a powerful rapper. You hear me?
Yeah, you gotta be.
Yeah.
That's a long time and wasn't doing no cussing.
Thirdly, man, I'm really a businessman, bro. I got business ventures out the wazoo. I'm an entrepreneur at this point, you know what I mean? And fourth, and last but not least, I'm a leader.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's me.
Watch out with that now.
That's me, bro.
That's what's up.
I hope that's a good introduction.
Hey,
That's
man.
love, baby.
I think you probably got about 10 movies. Yeah,
I got other ones, but you know, I'm looking forward to being around y'all dudes, man. Y'all some entertaining dudes, man.
We just be chilling.
Yeah.
That's all. You know.
I want to just cut to the chase. My first question is,
Come on with it. There you go.
why you gonna smoke weed?
Why don't I smoke weed?
Yeah, I got to know that because I know a lot of religious brothers.
Yeah.
Unreligious
Look at you,
brothers.
look like you preaching.
I'm just saying, I know a lot of people, old, wise, young, everybody enjoy it.
Yeah. Why do you smoke weed?
Because it soothes my nerves. It's calm. It makes me see everything for what it's worth.
So without the weed, you couldn't see that?
Fuck no, I had phony. I had powders I thought it was powders.
Yeah,
You know. I just want to ask that question before we get into Dee-1 and all this.
You know what to take it to you. I said, where did the man get you?
Yeah, I just had to know that one.
That's a great question, bro.
And then you, before you answer, you a young black man too.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right. You can't miss something that you never had.
okay.
So by me never having smoked
So you never smoked in your life?
never smoked in my life. Yeah, so I never smoked in my life. So I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I done made, by the grace of God, a lot of money off of the raps I write without having to smoke weed. I done had friends who done turned phony, or friends who I done seen that done kept it real, and I done experienced all this. I done made it through hard times, had close loved ones get killed, done all this sober. So since I done did it that way, I don't know what I'm missing out on. You know what I mean? That's the best answer I got for you. And at this point, I'm like, the fact that it's rare, I like being different. So now that I know, that make me different for not smoking weed, well, you can keep the weed. I'm not gonna get mad at y'all.
You're kind of sort for weed.
You know? Yeah,
Bob Marley was different.
Bob Marley,
he was
different. And
Jimi Hendrix was different. I mean, you gave a lot of good answers. I said, but I just disagree with one thing. You said you can't miss nothing you never had.
Yeah.
I ain't never had $1 million. I missed that one. So I just wanted to know how that analogy really works.
Say who from that? Where you got that from?
No, I'm just saying for him being
I want to know where you got it from.
For him being the reason why I asked you that question, for you being an intelligent young brother, an entrepreneur, businessman, been all over the world.
Think we can make him more intelligent, you think?
Yeah, because it'll open up his mind more, but I ain't trying to influence him to do it, but he had to do that, try that on his own.
Man, what if it had the opposite effect on me though? What what if it had me paranoid and just out my mind and just, you know what I mean?
Listen, you gotta stay inside the fridge. It don't happen like that.
I told you it kind of
She
super
watch
up.
you eat shit, she watch you eat, calm down, you see this normal, you'll be alright. But like I said, I ain't trying to influence, I just wanted to ask him that question.
Yeah.
Before I asked him about how he been manufactured with stuff and all that.
Yeah. Now this whole episode could be about weed, man. Like I.
So I'm telling you, man.
No, I'm not going man about something.
He can't do that, he can debate.
Yeah.
I like that about him.
Yeah.
I like that about him.
If you don't know, you have to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And who better to ask than you?
Oh, ask me. Don't assume. Yeah.
Right.
Don't assume why. Cause
He
look,
don't want to ask you that.
look, cause I also don't look down on nobody who do it. So my grandpa, he thought, you know, and Marcelo know my grandpa. I post him on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, people love my grandpa. He's 91 years old. He just called himself coming out and telling me probably about a month ago, telling me like, Doc. He called me Doc. He's like, Doc, you know I smoke weed, huh? And I was like, man, I've been knowing this for the longest, but I never told him that I knew.
Right.
He been trying to hide it from me because he know I don't smoke. You know what I mean? So that's my hero right there. The fact that my grandpa smoked weed, and it's like that. I never judge anybody who doesn't. You know, ever. It's never about no judgment. It's just like, cool. I love the fact that I can respect you, you can respect me for who we are. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I feel like I come up around a lot of people who, man. Bro, I went to college, bro. And the weird part about college is a lot of the dudes I went to college with was trying to be street dudes, right? The weird, it's like, dang, y'all in college, but y'all really just trying to get the approval of the street dudes. And the thing I learned was that street dudes really respect you more when you just authentic in your own skin.
Being yourself.
Being yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
Real respect the outside, he protect you too.
Real
He'll
respect,
push out
real. Yeah,
you
real
know in the
respect,
world
real.
you get in the street right now. You got something going, you playing basketball or whatever you doing.
Yeah.
And we catch you around there right in that practice, we gonna run you from around there.
Straight up. That's real, bro. Like that right there, that's what made me say like, oh yeah, I feel comfortable just being myself. Cause I never really needed nobody's acceptance to make me feel complete or make me feel whole. You know how some rappers, Mike Jones had that song, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot. I can't relate to that, you know what I mean? I was never, back then they didn't want me. I was always a dude that was well liked, well respected. Us being from here, come on man, from who we all man, like it's always been like, oh man, I'm on the basketball team. I'm the homecoming king. I'm the dude that people just respect me for being in my own lane. So because of that, I just got accustomed to, I'm like, dang, that's my brand. That's my superpower, is being authentic. That's my superpower, is being able to walk in any room and be me and respect my environment, respect what's around me, but also bring something different to that room. You know what I mean? And once I embraced that, I was like, bet, like I'm finna take this and I'm finna use this superpower to inspire everybody else to just be themselves. You know how many people are smoking weed right now just because they trying to fit in?
Yeah.
I respect the connoisseur. I respect my grandpa. My grandpa ain't trying to impress nobody. He do that because that's what he want to do. I can dig that. So many people trying to smoke weed just to fit in. So many people rapping just to fit in. You know what I mean, man? I promise.
What is drug do? Alcohol and all.
All that. Yeah, I never done that either. Why are we talking about that?
Ain't no drinking either.
Yeah, ain't no drinking.
No, I can't stand that shit, bro. I tried this shit.
Seriously.
You up all over the bed and all that. That shit wasn't for me.
That ain't fun. Yeah, it was fire.
How many times it took you to do that?
It took once.
See? Right out there.
It wasn't me. The next time on the pod we talking about drinking that shit, man, I don't want that stupid ass. Boy, when they put that reefer stick out.
There's a different story.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you was right about that. People respect people who be real. If you genuinely real, you know, you don't have to use no drugs or have any kind of influence to try to make yourself be respected and liked.
Yeah.
Because you being true to yourself. So they know if you being true to yourself, you're gonna be true to them.
That's a good way to put it. Dang.
That makes sense.
If you being true to yourself, people around you know that you're gonna be true. Ooh, that's a ball. That's a ball. You heard me? I feel that.
Yeah, but I knew that.
That's a
Say, Like you gonna say that you got a big design for you.
That's a co-writer. Just give me that one ball co-writer.
He's trying to get it together right now.
Said it to Boom Media, I get it. No, don't put it in the shadow of that shit.
I'm black, I'm working like a what?
I'm Mexican.
Well, I can't wait to release. Ooh, I got something for you. Some bloopers for you.
But tell us how you got started in the rap now?
Man, I started rapping in college because I got cut from the basketball team. I went to LSU to play ball. I was a hooper, and I ended up getting cut because in college it's a lot of politics around college sports. You know what I mean? Who make the team, who don't make the team.
Especially LSU.
Especially a school like LSU. So,
Yeah.
so I ended up getting cut from the team, and I was like, dang, I kind of had a little identity crisis. I went from being the man in high school. Like I was that dude. I averaged like 20 a game in high school, and all of a sudden I'm cut from the team. So a lot of my partners from New Orleans who went to LSU, they just used to be rapping in the dorm room, freestyling, recording themselves on computers. I had a job at Circuit City on Bullitt. That's when they had Circuit City on Bullitt. You know what I mean? And I remember a dude who worked in the warehouse with me was like, man, I be recording myself at the crib, like listen to my song I just made last night. And that was just so dope to me. I'm like, man, you can record yourself. Like we listening to the Squad, we listening to a lot of our favorite rappers coming up that's a little older than us. And I'm like, man, that'd be dope if I could fool around and make a little song or whatever. So when I get to college, a few things happened to me. My best friend, one of my best friends from down here in New Orleans, my boy Ryan, he got murdered. I got cut from the basketball team. My girlfriend at the time, she ended up cheating on me with an LSU football player. You heard me?
God damn, bro, you just
That was 1 year?
Yeah, all in 1 year, all in 1 year. And then my roommate, that's how I know about people trying to fit in. My roommate in college, when we got in school together, he started, slanging out of our dorm room, wanting to sell dope, and whatnot out of our dorm room. And I'm like, bro, we just made it out the hood to come make a better. And once again, college dude trying to be a street dude.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bus shopping over in y'all room.
Yeah, bro, bus shop open in our room, and I'm like, come on, man, I ain't come all the way out here to be around this. So, like, I'm going through all that type of stuff, and I had something to rap about. I had a lot to rap about.
Right.
And it wasn't partying and how many girls I'm smashing and how much money I'm getting. It was some pain. It was some I'm trying to find myself type stuff. You know what I mean? So I started rapping, bro, and I did my first talent show on campus, on LSU campus, and I didn't win the talent show or nothing, but see when them lights hit me and see when I had that mic in my hand, man, that light bulb went off to where I was like, yo, I got everybody's attention in this room right now because of this microphone. This thing is a weapon, you heard me? This is powerful. So I was like, yo, I want to do this because I want to be able to influence people with this microphone moving forward. And here I am. I ain't never put the mic down since.
That's powerful.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's all.
So you definitely deep when you come to the rap.
Appreciate
Definitely
it.
deep.
Appreciate it.
And I always looked at you as a lyricist, because I know how tough it would be for me to like knock us. Just because it's an expression, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just the way you put things, like I like how you be running that shit, though. Like we got a hell of a record. But we gonna go back to where you started.
We got a
We'll
record.
go back.
You heard our song?
No, son.
Man, don't let him in now, man. You gotta buy it.
Oh,
Yeah, element of surprise. All right, element of surprise. I don't need to do that, bro.
yeah.
You don't need
See why
to ready
that
for
nigga
it.
work me
It
like a
can't-
Mexican?
Now you recording me though now.
Oh, he recorded
Yeah, you
that?
recording me.
Oh, bro. I know that was
Yeah.
some fun in studio.
Man, bro.
God. Yo.
I ain't even be one clown
Sick.
all day.
Yeah.
You want to play all
Sick.
day in the studio. We in to do music, man.
He think he can just press the button and turn around. No, you're not about to do that.
You
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
need to look at
He
you.
won't watch the Saints all day.
No, I don't need to look at you. I can hear. I ain't deaf, but I look like I hear it.
You can't hear me?
You gotta be crazy.
You know when I press the button, maybe you hear me now. You can talk. I know what you're saying,
Man, hit the talk back button, man.
So when you after you started in college, right? When you dropped your first actual record?
My first actual record, like my first album,
Yeah.
I dropped that sucker in 2009. It's called David and Goliath. And that's right before I was a teacher when I dropped it. You know what I mean? I'm a teacher, and
Where you teaching that when you dropped that?
Baton Rouge, BR Baker to be exact, right outside of BR, teaching in Baker. And I was like, yo, this teaching stuff cool, but I feel like I could teach on an even bigger level as a rapper. You know what I mean?
So I ain't know. So them kids ain't know you as a rap woman.
They ain't know me as a
I
rapper.
said, Bronson, you have a powerful conversation one night, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the dude from Baton Rouge.
Mhm.
What's the guy's name?
Fredo Bang?
Oh yeah.
Oh, my little
See, it was crazy the way, because I saw him right before that. And I was like, he different, right? He was wild, but he was different. But the way when I popped on that live, the respect he had for you, like he didn't even sound the same. I was like, I just looked at him, I'm like, damn, that's some G shit.
Yeah.
Like, and he wasn't like, on no off, he just was on some real respectful shit, like chose his words carefully and all that. I'm like, that shit different the way that dude respect you, bro. But I never knew you taught him. Didn't you teach BTY too?
No, I ain't teach BTY. I taught
I mean not BTY, Young Boy. Didn't Young Boy come through your school too?
Young Boy didn't come through. So I'm about to name a lot of talent and a lot of millions of dollars that came through the school. Watch this. G Money, my man G Money, rest in peace. I was his teacher. Fredo. TEC. I don't know if you know TEC. He real big out of Baton Rouge. Came through there. My man Sherwood Marty. My man Jay Lewis. All these are rappers that's popping in Baton Rouge. My man Joe Scott. My man Funny Mike, the comedian. All these people come through Baker. Literally, like it's crazy. And I was either their teacher or I was teaching at the school when they came through there. So it's crazy. And a lot of them tell me, they like, yo, you made it possible for us because we saw our teacher go from this my teacher to, oh, he on BET. This my teacher, oh, he on tour. Oh, he really living his dream, making it as a rapper. You know what I mean? So that's powerful. You never know who you could inspire.
I know when I seen y'all conversation, I just saw y'all conversation, it's so different.
Yeah.
Like I saw the respect that he had for you. And like y'all was digging deep, y'all was talking about old stories, people getting kicked out.
Yeah.
You remember that teachers, like that shit was crazy.
Yeah, but that
shit was some different shit.
That was a good night.
And then I never knew. But I thought that even when you was teaching, you was rapping.
I was rapping.
But I mean, they didn't know you was that.
They didn't know I was rapping yet, and I hadn't put my first album out. I was putting mixtapes out though. You know what I mean? I've been putting mixtapes out since college, so I'm putting mixtapes out as a rapper, but I'm a teacher during the day. So I'm like Clark Kent and Superman. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm looking like you during the day. That's how I'm looking as Mr. Augustine, right? I'm looking like that.
Okay.
And then after
I show you right. Vegan fried. Vegan fried. You say Augustine, vegan fried.
Yeah.
You do look like a teacher though.
I'm teaching. I'm gonna be pastor tomorrow. Today's teaching.
Professor Poindexter.
Yeah. So that's what I was doing, bro. I was doing that during the day, and then by nighttime, I'm in the clubs. I'm in the same clubs as Kevin Gates. I'm in the same clubs as my man Nussie, you know, rest in peace. Like all the people from BR, yeah, who was coming up, who was doing their thing. I'm in the same spots as them, but I just had a job during the day. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a job, and I had a different lane that I was in too. So, man, I knew from the beginning that I was different. I've been knowing that from the beginning. I'm like, man, I'm different, and I'm either gonna run from it or I'm gonna run to it. And I just started running to it, bro. Cause I was like, nobody remembers the person who was just trying to fit in to whatever the trend was. People gonna always remember the dude that stood out, like you said, that was authentic. You know what I mean? So that's me, bro. I mean,
and at no point in time, knowing that your lane was different from the rest of the rappers that was out there, you never thought about just saying, fuck it.
Oh, yeah. And right when I thought about doing that, I met a dude named McKinley Phillips, aka Mac. And when I met Mac, I legit, you know, I came to Hunts. That's how I met Mac. I came to Hunts, where he was locked up at, and I came to do some prison ministry. So I'm going to, like, you know, they bring in motivational speakers and stuff every now and then. This was
This was back up.
08. You was there?
Was he?
08.
Oh yeah, he back then.
Hunt got rid of
You got rid of you?
You was somewhere.
They shipped me up, no, they shipped me, I think, to
Winfield or something?
Wade, yeah, fuck.
He been to everyone.
They shipped me to Wade.
Alright.
Yeah, I got into the truck.
Alright. So you was cutting up, yeah.
That's when I went back down and met your father.
Who you went when you met Doe?
No, not you met. No, Doe was in David Wade, but I was in Fort Wade while he was in.
See, remember I was like,
but you know what I'm saying? When I went back to D-side, where I met your father Boots at, when I went to D-side. That when they shipped me because Wade didn't want
to. So you got to have a lot of people.
Yeah.
So like how you talk.
That's why I said that's how I must have missed it when he came up there and did that. So
when I came up there and did that, that's the day I met Mac. You know, that was one of my heroes growing up as a young dude listening to hip hop. And when I met him, trust me, in my mind, I was like, I'm like, man, this stuff seems so elementary to me to be able to rap about selling dope or busting guns or whatever. I'm like, that's so easy, but and that's what I'm seeing people win with, and I'm thinking in my mind, man, I could just do that a little bit and easily slide on in, right? And right as I'm thinking about that, I meet Mac, one of my heroes, and as we form a friendship, he tell me, young brother, like, don't change. No matter what you do, don't change, because you remind me of me. But I ended up changing. I ended up trying to fit into, what was going on at the time. So for him to tell me that, it ain't like it's one of my friends telling me. It ain't like my daddy or my grandpa telling me this. Right. You kind of be like, all right, yeah, I hear y'all. This is one of my real life heroes telling me this. So I met him. I believe in divine timing. You know what I mean? Right. That was a divine appointment. That was a message, bro. Right. So that's what helped keep me on the path to say, like, yeah, like, I'm in this game, but I know I'm here on a different assignment for a purpose.
I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Hey, I just want to apologize to everybody watching this right now. If y'all was watching this expecting me to talk about all the people I done killed or all the dope I done sold, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry to disappoint y'all. If y'all,
I don't want to talk about that type, but
our people, unfortunately, bro, sometimes they like
they just dig more into negative things. When we talk positive, they kind of stay away from it.
Yeah. So right now,
that's not true, bro.
Man, that's true, bro. That's true, bro.
Why do you think when it comes to the media, right, of music,
what you mean?
You do something stupid, they'll help you be up there quick.
What you talking about? You talking to the industry or you talking to the people?
Just media, period. Media runs it, right? Media gets you popping, yes. Media gets you in it. And them dudes who do something stupid just to get popping.
What the Shade Room gonna post? They gonna post ex-teacher turned rapper goes on podcast with two of his big homies, or they gonna post Dee-1 goes on podcast and gets into a fight or calls out this rapper and this is such and such. Which one they gonna post first?
The one, the latter.
The negative. That's all they're saying. We all understand.
When we were smoking weed up here talking about that would go viral.
That would go
viral for real.
Definitely.
They'll be like, Dee-1 getting the contact. I'm just messing around.
Say, bro, so what's up with this call? Right?
Yeah, with the call? Yeah, I mean, so as a rapper, coming from New Orleans, it's the home of the #1 stunner, right? So it's like we grow up being like, man, baby got 100 cars parked out there in East Grove, or you just hear rappers talking about their cars so much that I was like, dang, it seemed like if you don't have a fire car, people don't even take you seriously as a rapper. And I was like, I got a problem with that. I don't think that that's how it should be. I feel like what you hop out of shouldn't have no bearing on
your character
and on your skill set that you bring to the table. So I was like, with that being said, once again, I'm in this game, but I got a different purpose, a different assignment. I was like, I'm gonna be the dude that is on BET. I'm gonna be the dude that is touring all across the country. I'm gonna be the dude that is getting money, that's successful, but who still on purpose is like, man, I drive a regular car. I drive a Honda Accord.
See, man, you know what, Craig? I thought you was lying like a motherfucker, and I kept seeing you.
Huh?
I thought you were lying.
You thought I what?
I thought you were lying, I swear.
You thought I was lying?
I swear, bro. Nah. I started seeing you like on BET and shit. I'm like, there's no way that dude was doing it.
Yeah.
One day I passed you on the bridge, I looked. Then that shit started happening all the time. Like, the nigga really be driving that car.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with the Honda Accord?
Nothing. I just thought maybe as in.
Them bitches
and then I ain't hit. Say, no, man, it's bad.
Thank you, bro.
Say, bro,
what's wrong with him?
Come on, don't do that.
Nah, he know ain't nothing wrong with it. But if you talk, bro, you don't know how many times I done had a little 11 or 12-year-old dude like look up to me like Dee-1, like I'm his hero on some stuff.
Man,
and then we walk out the post like,
you like BT and all that, you rockin' at him and he in the Honda car.
Where your car at? And the little dude, 11, 12 years old, I'm his hero. He like, man, where your car at? He can't wait to see what you pushing. And he see a Honda Accord, and I done seen dudes almost have like a brain hemorrhage. You know what I mean? Like, hold on, this don't make sense.
Say, bro,
wait,
I don't think you understand it. You like you at a different time. No, bro.
Privilege to teach.
That's why I do it, because that's a teachable moment.
Yeah,
in that moment, when that dude looking at me like confused, I could be like, bro, just because I drive that don't mean that I don't got it in my bank account. That don't mean that I ain't just give that money out in college scholarships. You know what I mean, to some people in our city. Like, you know. So that's when you teach somebody a lesson, and they take that with them for life, and they start saying like, dang, I could be different than when I grow up. Cause guess what? I respect car connoisseurs, right? If you love cars, if that's your thing, like to see how currency is with cars. We grew up across the street from each other. Literally across the street from each other, right? My grandparents lived out there. He lived right across the street. He has been a car head since we were little kids. You know, he older than me. Been Hot Wheels and all that. You know what I mean? So to see him have cars, I look at it like that man is earning the money and doing something he loves with the money. But think about how many people just feel like part of being a rapper is I gotta go get a certain type of car just to fit in. I don't respect that.
I don't think at that time we felt like that. It's just like stunning them was out, peeing them was out, right? And you was in the same place as they were.
Gotcha.
So we would just to see you was surprising. Like we on the highway, like that's Dee-1.
That's Dee-1, yeah.
Yeah, that's D. I mean, we still have the same respect, but niggas be like, man, I can't believe that dude in that car. Cause we been heard about this shit like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe we heard about this shit 3 years ago.
No, nigga, bank account straight. Who cares where you at?
It was a different time.
He could have been in the picture.
It was a different time.
You an OG
great. I mean, he's straight.
Yeah.
Fuck what he
See, you talking about your growth already though. We wasn't
talking
growing
about
up. We wasn't growing up.
Even when I was younger, drugging, I wasn't trying to be flashy.
You couldn't be
Also, tell me this. Do y'all think it's an uptown, downtown thing? Because they say uptown is more stunners, you know what I mean? More flashy, more flamboyant. And they say downtown, we more low key. Y'all say, no, y'all, they saying fact. Look, man.
Listen,
let me tell y'all something.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Thank y'all.
Y'all just live country.
You gotta go there about the chickens and all that.
Y'all got chickens.
I know it, shit. Man, that's how we get y'all. We go straight to the chickens. We go way
motorbike.
You started that.
That's how y'all come.
You did it.
Ain't no chickens in the goose. I'm from the goose. Ain't no chickens in the goose.
You did it.
They got them downtown.
It's their one.
They got junkyards right next to the house.
There's chicken fighting out there too.
You can pull up and get your mechanics right there downtown. And Uptown, we didn't do that. We were like, you know, they wanted to be shot with money in their pocket.
That's what Uptown was.
We would dap or die.
Yeah.
They were getting that bread and going to Rubenstein's and Saks Fifth Avenue and all that type of, you know.
Cutting up, huh?
Yeah, cutting up.
With
fools and bulls on it. Cutlasses, that's how it went.
But I feel like Uptown also.
Now they had a lot of money downtown too.
That's what I'm about to say. Don't talk about how much money was downtown. Because I feel like Uptown, you might see somebody with all this external stuff, but you might be like, man, but if they still stay in the Calio, if they still stay in the Magnolia, like
they ain't good like that.
What that's about?
They ain't really good like that.
They ain't gonna leave.
Saying sometimes they ain't go like that. Like sometimes the nigga will just bring his car back there and park there, and then sometimes you'll be getting so much money back there.
No, they ain't wanna leave, man.
Cause that's like
right. You got, and that's it too. Like it all makes sense. Everybody.
Say your
Like
grandmother.
you grew up with that whole building.
Your grandmother didn't want to leave. Your auntie didn't want to leave. Them people were kind of setback in them projects. That's why dude was still back there.
I mean, they had Mario. I know big time they had a lot of money that stayed in Florida.
Yeah.
Like it happened out. Yes, indeed.
What you mean? They had. Well, one time this city was full of money.
See, we always talk about that too.
They broke all that up. They broke all that up with the redistricting. When they started sending niggas in different projects to live in.
That was the worst thing they could have did.
They wanted each other to kill up each other. Go to jail and rag.
Like I'm telling you,
shut up. But you don't understand the ultimate plan. They want niggas to kill up each other, rat on each other, and send each other to jail.
And it worked.
It did it work?
It worked. Like clockwork.
Did it work?
See, we were talking about that today.
They executed the perfect plan, bro. And they left young brothers out here that had some people that could have laid there and saved them.
See, they don't. Because there's a lot of, every time they be talking about, like, dope dealers, right? They always talk about the bag. Like, when they say Glenn this, first thing you start thinking is the bad thing. We can tell you so much good as a damn sandwich. Like, we used to be in the park. Boy, if he comes to that park, he's giving out $100 bills to all the kids.
You know the
facts, well.
Jumping
out that homicide.
You know the feds use their Rico statute to lock the man up.
They doing that to all the kids.
But they didn't have all the elements. They use his shit. You don't supposed to use his shit up. You supposed to have all the elements to lock him up. But that man wasn't doing nothing but just making money.
See,
They just gave him a lot of shit. A lot of that shit he would eat. But a lot of that shit, so they gave that man had nothing to do with that, man. That man was already on.
See, that's his time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
That's his time. See, so he know it, right. He really know it, though. I think he really understand.
That man ain't had to get no nigga killed, man. Everybody looked at that man, bro. So that man, all that shit they were talking about, racketeering and all that man was nothing but a businessman, bro. He was just like, to put it like this shit, bro, he was just like Al Copeland. But you know the difference between him and Al Copeland? Al Copeland had Popeyes and he had Phase Street. Al Copeland was white and he was black. So they're gonna send him to penitentiary, they're gonna let Al Copeland just ride around in his mind riders and you know, they ain't gonna fuck with him.
We just look at it like
and he had
know
coke.
how much
And he had coke.
And think about this, right? You know the kind of stuff
He ain't just was selling chicken. That nigga was selling coke
like
too.
just from them like the
Nigga
dealers.
don't wanna tell the truth.
Like couldn't no old lady walk down the street with no bags and like, boy, you crazy. That wouldn't happen.
So
you wasn't about to sit on that lady porch. If nobody had, you know porch that is. That means the Lord porch don't sit on that porch. But you would really have a falling out, somebody sit there. Man, what is you doing?
Yeah.
You clean up anything that drops, anything around there. You making sure she right. If she sitting on that porch, you gonna ask her what she want when she go in the store. She gonna try to give you some money, and I tell you.
Well, all them dudes got killed and went to jail and all that type of shit. All them that dudes now,
Facts.
when a nigga throw shit on the ground, them niggas be scared to tell them to pick that shit up. But they scared they gonna shoot it.
Right.
Said our time, they dare you. Boy, pick that up. And you gonna pick it up. And you not gonna feel no kind of way about it after that.
What's your bullet pull it down? The nigga gonna take it from you and beat the shit
Dude
out
gonna
of
beat
you.
you up.
Then
He
bring
like
you
that, bro. He like
home.
that. He like that.
Bring you home.
And you gonna get that whooping. Say, what you gonna mean? Whipping you to get back in the game?
Whip your ass.
Oh,
These niggas got it good now.
Say, like we come from that. It takes.
These niggas live in La La Land now.
It takes a village.
Yes. Boy, if Miss Gloria seen you do something stupid down that street.
Yeah.
Your mama gonna know about it. That shit.
What?
And it wasn't even
wait
cell
on
phone.
you.
It ain't like she could
No,
text her.
she
No,
call on
what's
the
going
landline.
on?
On the landline.
She gonna
Yeah.
call on the
And she
landline.
calling no
As
work.
soon as you go inside, then your little sister brother gonna say, "Mama,
It doesn't happen that.
she got something for you when she get home." You think you about to get a present?
You think you about to get a
You
present?
think you about to get a present? You done did something good. She
Like,
come
unwrap something else.
Tell you ain't
Like everybody look out for each other. Like you see how you think you can jump out the window, go around the corner. By the time you get there, your mom probably there waiting on you.
Oh.
Say, bro, everybody used to be looking out for everybody. Especially the
right.
older people. It wasn't no disrespect. Before you been to holler, scream, no, ain't none of that.
I know
And you
y'all-
couldn't be in grown folks' conversation.
I know y'all missed them big, boy.
Yeah.
Hey,
I
it's
know y'all
different.
probably missed that because
Niggas couldn't sag or none of that.
couldn't even say.
Niggas
Why?
smack the piss out you.
See, it was different. It was different.
Nigga
It
be looking
really
at
was
you.
different.
What the
I
fuck?
gotta tell you. It was different.
Bitch, put them pants up.
Seriously, man.
You gonna put them bitches up and walk off.
Then you gonna walk off. You gonna get
You
on
gonna
the
be weird like
Get
Settle Bell boy.
Get on up. Where you gonna be at?
I remember I had that big fool. Nigga playing with you guys as well. Straight up. Swear to God, a nigga earth around this motherfucker, bro. Nigga, I'm telling you, I swear to God, you was earth around this.
Sick. He been on fire today.
Yeah,
He been on fire.
You know what?
He been on fire.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be talking about D-1 number.
Man, I told everybody before we started, I said, man, it's gonna be me sitting back watching y'all
Sick.
clown, you heard me?
Sick, bro. I don't know what's wrong with it. Sometimes I'm working like a Mexican.
Yeah.
Do you? You talking about recording after this? What the fuck? I always say,
Sick. So how you met man?
How I met man. This is how I met man. I was in AutoZone, bro. I was in LaPlace. Had to go to AutoZone because my Honda Accord that I had at the time, that shit was a 1998 Honda. And it's like on its last leg, that
man, still got it, bro.
I just got rid of it. I did a tour in Europe, like
You never really come, man. Why you supposed to keep it there?
Yeah, now when I came back from my European tour, that mug, I feel like the car just spoke to me and was like, I'm
They
done.
put me in the bag.
I'm done. Put me, yeah, like
put it
let
back
me
up.
rest. That mug had almost 400,000 miles on it, bro. It was time to let it go. So I got rid of that one. But I got a new one. I got one of the newer chords.
You gonna be riding out for a long time.
Yeah, that's the goal. So I met Manny.
That bit to 2050.
That's the goal, bro. That's the goal. You heard me?
They ride good though.
Man, them things. They. I mean, I ain't
dependable.
Yeah, definitely. So I go in AutoZone. I see Manny in aisle 3. I never forget it. He got his little son with him at the time. And I'm in college. I'm like, man, it's crazy. My heart would have beating fast. I'm like, I ain't never met nobody who I grew up looking up to, listening to at the time. So I'm like, man, it's crazy. So I go back in the car, go get my mixtape. I just put my first mixtape out in college. Had my cell phone number written on it. And I go back in there. I pray. I say a little prayer, God, like, please just speak through me and let me say the right things to Manny. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Man, I go back in there. I go introduce myself to him. And Manny had just signed artists from down here named Show, right? Mm-hmm. So Manny had signed Show, and I knew my other partner, Cole Young, who Manny knew, and I was like, all right. So you try to name drop people who you know y'all got in common. So I name dropped them, like, yeah, that's my boys, da 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 da. So I give him my mixtape. And after I say my little thing, I'm like, that's my cell phone number right there on the tape, so just hit me up, bro. I'm gonna be waiting, you know what I mean? I know you're gonna love it. So I leave. That's everybody's story. So I leave, and I legit, I'm waiting for the phone to ring. I'm like, man, as soon as he pop it in, like,
I know he gonna call me.
I know he gonna call me. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And I waited for about 4 years. And I
Barry said I waited, and I was like,
So watch that, I waited for 4 years, bro. And once I realized Fresh was...
You still had the same phone number?
Yeah. I still...
God damn. The same car, same number?
Same car, same number.
You same man, too. What little growth thing? You got this pep in you.
I believe that.
You got the pep in you. You got the pep in you.
4 years.
I did, bro. So in that time, this is what I did, though. I didn't get bitter. I didn't stop grinding, none of that. So this what happened.
Man, I'm trying to bitch ass. Call my motherfucking phone. Man, I know I can rap.
That's Uptown behavior. That's Uptown behavior. That's Uptown behavior.
That's any good nigga that know his word is working.
Hey, man.
So I think Michael Jordan won all them championships by playing night for his teammates.
Right, I feel that. That's it. You right, but watch this. If that's how MJ was, I'm more LeBron James. Cause LeBron don't be beating his teammates up like MJ did. LeBron ain't slapping you in the face.
That's why it took him so long to get them championships.
And so it took me long to get where I'm at too.
Yeah,
so watch this. So 4 years later, I end up I graduated college, I start teaching, I put my album out, I'm doing all this. Meanwhile, I put a video out. I had a song called J50 and Weezy. Where I'm talking to Jay-Z, 50 Cent, and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I heard that.
And I'm really like calling them out on some stuff. Like
definitely are.
Not dissing them, but I'm like, yo, bro, like, y'all got the wave, y'all got the voice right now. Right. We need y'all, and I'm teaching these kids in the classroom, man, I need y'all to be a little more conscious of what kind of energy you putting into the world, what kind of message you putting in your music. Because I'm seeing how these little kids, the little Fredo Bangs of the world, the little G-Moneys of the world, I'm seeing how they're being impacted by this. So I put that video out, and it goes viral. That's my first time ever going viral, right, in my life. So I'm seeing the views.
What year that was?
This 2011. Yep.
World Star then?
2011. World Star picked the video up. Yeah, World Star picked it up. It was different, bro. At that time.
World Star touch it?
There you go. Not only World Star picked it up, MTV Jams picked it up. You heard me? So I'm on TV, like TV. So what's happening is, hold on, I forgot what we was talking about.
Man.
That's all that weed y'all smoking, man. Got me high.
That's just a contact.
Oh man, watch this. So Manny, I put the song out, the video go viral. Manny said he was sitting at his crib and look on the TV and see me on MTV, and he's like, man, that's the little dude from AutoZone. That's the dude who gave me his mixtape. So finally, after 4 years, him seeing that I kept working, I kept grinding, he was like, I respect that dude hustle, because that dude kept getting it in on his own, no stamp, no cosign, and this dude made it all the way to MTV. He on World Star. So Manny called me. I'm in Rouse's over there on what's that? By
you had that same phone number?
I had the same phone number, bro. I still got the same phone number. I still got the same phone.
You ain't skip like that.
I ain't never skip like that.
Yeah, skip like that too.
Cool dude.
Yeah, skip like that.
I gotta see me on MTV. He'd come. Hello, Manny. Click.
Hey, bro. I was, man, when he called, I didn't recognize the number. It wasn't locked in my phone, so I'm pushing the basket in Rouse's. I got my grandma with me, and I'm like, man, I don't know who this is. I'm not finna answer, so I don't answer. Boop, voicemail pop up. So I'm like, they left a voicemail. Who this is? Answer the phone. Now what's up, D? This fresh, bro. I'm sitting at home. I see you on MTV, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. You gave me your mixtape years ago. You heard me? Hit me up. Like I want to do some stuff with you. Da da da. Man, I hear this in the store. I could have reacted like you.
You should have.
Shh. Nah. Man, I called that man back so quick. I said, man, hey. I said, bro, just say the word, bro. Like I can't wait to work with you. He was like, man, I'm in Houston. When can you get out here? I go to Houston. First song we record together is called "The One That Got Away." Right? That song right there. He sampled that Carl Thomas beat. So
Right.
He ended up doing that. I do the song. He come behind me, do some ad libs, like some funny ad libs on the song. Man, that mother come out great. Bass heavy engineering, and he recorded for us. That was my first song to really get on radio, get in rotation down here on radio. That's the song that made Universal Records call me. They was thinking about signing me. That's the song that made Slim from Cash Money call me and talk about wanting to sign me. A lot of people don't know this, but I almost signed to YMCMB. They flew me out, him and Birdman. Flew me out to Miami.
I remember all the time.
Flew me out to Miami. I'm talking to Slim on the phone every day, man. Me and this man going back and forth. I'm sending him music. We building a relationship, bro.
That like that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like expected us. It looked like it was gonna happen.
Yeah, it seemed like it was gonna happen, bro.
Why didn't you? I was trying to let you just tell the whole story to settle this.
Go ahead, bro.
Why it didn't happen? So we could get this straight to the point. Why it didn't happen?
So the reason why it didn't happen is like, once again, I realized my assignment in this game and I realized my purpose, right? So I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna partner with some people, there's gonna be my label and they're gonna be the ones that's behind me. Are they gonna really rock with what I stand for?
Like, do they get it?
Do they get it? You know, or do they just see the numbers and the views? Do they really get it?
No, they see the numbers and the views.
Exactly. And once I realized that, I was like, it's crazy because these are my childhood heroes and I'm down here with an opportunity to sign to them. And I could tell that they see something special in me, but
money.
But they don't. There you go.
Money. You see money.
And when you start to feel that, like, dang, I'm just a walking dollar sign to people, it make you be like, oh man, like I'm not really attracted to wanting to be in an environment where I'm just seen as a walking dollar sign. Because then when the next version of me coming on or somebody else can get more of your attention, you know, you'll end up being more excited about
They're gonna drop you.
They'll drop you or they'll shelf you. And they just won't, and that's even worse.
That's shelving.
You
just sitting on the shelf.
You sitting on the shelf.
You ain't coming
out.
You
just keep doing music and keep doing music and you're like, no.
You just dropped and then you ain't signed with nobody else.
See, you know what I can say about adding the things of, like you say sometimes, they be stuck into what they see winning.
Yeah.
Like, especially when they beginning, like, then you got hot boys and stuff like that, like you kind of stick to what looks like work. To step outside and say, well, listen,
y'all
say that.
Divas and products.
What we are?
Divas and products. That's what y'all are. Y'all not with divas and products, bro. Y'all whine about this and
say we don't whine, we demand.
Y'all demand.
Yeah, we demand.
Y'all pride.
Yeah. We demand.
Y'all pride enough. Y'all don't
get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we get it.
But and then in the labels are looking at you as a product.
Yeah. So
that's how that goes, bro.
So I felt that and man, I felt like a boss being able to turn down a situation that everybody in my hood and everybody in my generation would have ran to and said, you gotta do that.
And then everybody knew it was about to go down.
And then everybody knows about to go down, and you start to, you know, words start to spread, like, and you start to see that, like, people looking forward to this. But I felt like a boss, bro. I felt like a boss saying no to that, because I knew God had something greater for me. And by me being educated, bro, I also know how to build something from scratch. Like, I know how to build a fan base from scratch. I never had a cosign. I never had a big feature. Nowadays, I'm getting features from Lupe Fiasco, The Game, you know, this person. But back then, I'm like, man, I'm putting I'm putting people in these venues, and I don't have no stamp, no cosign. I ain't even got no real bread behind me, and I'm figuring out how to build this from scratch. I got on MTV. I didn't have no label do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so by me doing that, it made it easier to be like, even without this label behind me, I'ma still be straight. I don't know. It might take me longer, but I feel like I'm gonna get to that same final destination, and I'm gonna have my integrity intact.
The end game.
The end game, yeah.
That's the end game.
So you know what's crazy? I watched Phil go through that. Like he jumped from label to label, they just didn't get it. That's why he started pushing out so much music.
Right, on his own.
Like mixtape, yeah. Like he punished the label, oh y'all don't get it? He just started throwing things out there. And he go get the big features.
Yeah.
Get a record away for free. Like that's what he used to be doing.
Yeah.
And the label used to be like, what the hell are you doing? Why what you giving this record away for?
Do people compare your style to J. Cole?
A lot. Man, I was at Southern Homecoming football game the other day, and when I walked up in the stands, this lady was like, "Everybody look at J. Cole, that's J. Cole, that's J. Cole." So I'm like, at first I'm like, that's cute, that's funny, whatever, you know. Then I sit down, and it's the first quarter. They had 7 minutes left, and this lady the whole game kept saying, "J. Cole, take a picture with me, J. Cole." But she really know who I am. She know I'm Dee-1, cause she telling me, "How your grandpa doing? I like that new song you got. That it's called Taking a Chance on Me." She like, "I like that song," but she keep calling me J. Cole, and it was cute at first. And I hope she watched this, cause it's like, man, after a while I was getting aggravated. I was like, bro, all right, this is. I was like, I'm not J. Cole, but I respect the fact that people need to compare you to something that feels familiar to them. So when people think of like the feeling I give them, if the closest artist they could think of is J. Cole, I'm cool with that, because J. Cole got a good heart.
And he a cold-blooded rapper.
And gangsta that dude, just gangsta that for me, you know, I looked at him like that, cause I ain't think he'd fuck with J. Cole. Like, OG, I really didn't. Like, that's surprising, yeah. See, that nigga he still think the radio vibe. He really do.
I'm very educated, so
we talk about music, man. You really pick anything sometimes.
I listen to Mozart.
Who?
That man say he listen to Mozart.
Beethoven.
Oh, okay, come on.
I'm just saying.
See, you go one way, I go another way. That's why we say we cover everything.
You ever heard the artist, the jazz artist Bird?
There you go.
Talk over your eyes to a lot of Look, you be fucking with me. That be wondering sometimes where you be getting that.
I just wouldn't expected you to listen to that. I'm serious. Real talk.
For real.
I don't know getting to call that nigga nowhere. I was like, hey, drive.
Nah, bro, well, if you listen to all that, you need to be listening to Dee-1.
Who should I have?
Me.
That's what you said.
You heard me? I know you done heard a couple of songs here and
I
there.
heard a few of your songs on the radio. I done seen some of your videos where I was locked up. I mean, I was in jail. I can't watch nothing but MTV. That's all the white folk let you watch. MTV or VH1. Ain't no BET.
Oh, they don't let y'all watch this?
Man, them people been cut that shit out. Showing the white boys couldn't watch Cowboy.
No,
Them bitches blocked the whole channel.
Hey.
That been all fuzzy. Because she a motherfucker, I'm serious. The white boy complain. Those niggas watching BET all day long. Man, we were watching rap in the basement.
Yeah.
Rap City.
Rap City.
Man, everything. Yo, MTV rap. Man, people, they cut that shit out, bro. See BET? Yo.
Damn.
So we had VH1
Yeah.
and MTV.
Yeah.
So say, look, check this out. I see you you pop up a lot of places, right? It seems like a lot of people reach out. Like, they gotta feel different. Like coming from you as in being a teacher. I mean, you gotta think of where we come from, right?
Yeah.
You live in New Orleans, and you ain't never here.
Right now.
Like, and you be in spots where, man, what the hell are you doing over there?
Yeah.
And you'll be talking.
Yeah.
And you'll rap.
Yeah.
But you mostly doing inspirational speaking.
Yeah.
Like you don't think that's different coming from here?
Oh, I know.
Like that's from pulling that from here. Like I see you at big ass colleges and shit like that.
Yeah. Nah, shout out to all the places, bro. Colleges, clubs, churches, correctional facilities, wherever, bro. Like I'm there. Community centers, I'm there. You know what I mean? I used to try to figure it out. I used to try to figure out, God, man, what you doing with me, man? Like what is this? You know what I'm saying? And I just stopped trying to figure it out, and I just said, man, just let God use you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all, bro. And it feel real good to be like, yo, there's no boxing me in. Like that feel real good, bro. That feel real good. So, you know, I keep a chip on my shoulder because I know I'm the underdog. So I know that as much as people like to, yeah, Dee-1, that's great what you stand
underdog
for.
and what?
The underdog, man, I'm the underdog.
Rap?
Yes, indeed. When it
I don't think.
They ain't listening, bro. No, Dee, bro.
Lyrically,
No,
lyrics.
Dee. Say, bro, listen. I always tell people on my own, boy, you talk that talk.
Because of the style or what you
No, the underdog because people's minds have been polluted and poisoned to feel like the type of music that I do, for them to feel like, oh yeah, that's cool, I respect it, but that ain't for me. That ain't what I'm trying to listen to. Our people, like that's what our minds have been.
That's only the closed minded one do.
But a lot of our people is closed minded.
I agree with you, but I just said that's only for the closed mind. They got a few of us that's open mind, that's willing. It's see, a lot of people or some people can't distinguish entertainment, fantasy from reality. And all the rap is entertainment. Sometimes you need a positive message. It ain't all about going to listen to a nigga who robbing a liquor store and, you know.
But sometimes I think you get in the pockets where you do them records that's not to that's right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think, what's wrong with those? Why wouldn't those with like? Like, you know what I mean? That like I'm talking about industry records.
Yeah.
It just don't be like, it's just no cursing in it. It's positive shit, but it's hard ball.
But the industry not gonna really promote.
But you see these kind of records sometimes.
But they're not gonna really focus on this type of brand because they're not trying to promote positive. Bro.
Yeah.
That don't make, you know what I'm saying? If I'm a rap label and I see he a good artist, he can rap, and I see he got his own avenue, that's cool. I ain't gonna try to help him branch off and get other people to come over because they're gonna be taking money from out of the other market.
How you feel about majors and everything?
I feel like being independent is better nowadays because
Streaming?
not just because of streaming, but because of creative control.
Yeah.
I signed to a major label. When I didn't sign with YMCMB, I ended up signing with RCA Records. So that's the label Chris Brown signed to, A$AP Rocky, A$AP Ferg, like Usher, Alicia Keys, like
That's one of the big four.
one of the big four. There you go. All right, yeah, one of the big four. So, look, I know, bro.
There's somebody
I know, bro. Right. So that being said, I signed to them, and at the time, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. But man, when I tell you, it started to drain all my enthusiasm when I'm signed to a label, and all the music I bring them, it's like they didn't really believe in it, and they had the power because of me being signed to them. They had the power to say, no, you like this? This ain't coming out. We ain't feeling this. Oh, this right here? We only gonna put this out if you do it on a different beat. And not that beat is better, but that beat comes from a producer who we with, you know what I mean? Instead of your people who you trying to put on and help, And man, all that stuff, bro, that stuff felt crazy to me. So I went through a lot, and I went against the label, and I did something. I put out one of the biggest records of my career. It's a song I did. It was kind of like just a little fun song I was playing around with called Sally Maybach. I made a song about paying my student loans off, right? So once I got paid from RCA, I got my advance. I took a chunk of it and I paid all my student loans off. And I was like, man, I got out of debt, you heard me, that's cool. Now I'm gonna make a song about how good it feels to pay your loans off. I go fly to New York, sitting at a table just like this. Got the label, just how everybody's sitting over there, all the employees sitting around. I press play on the whole EP. I was like, but this is gonna be the first single, y'all. No rapper never did a song about paying off their student loans. Like, this is gonna be so unique, people gonna feel it. I got a visual idea for the music video, all that. I press play, man, them people laughing, them people not laughing like feeling it, laughing like at me, like kicking each other under the table, like, this is corny, like this ain't it,
That's wrong for the white people.
Wrong, yeah, bro, cricket, and I don't wanna blame it on race. It wasn't all white people. Trust and believe, it was some black people too.
They think you be white though, too.
The black people, they feel like
the white people, they
got you. Yeah. So after that, they were like, nah, man, we not touching this. They was like, your fans probably don't even know, like, your fans probably don't even go to college and tell you the truth. Like they saying all this type of
stereotype.
Yeah. So they basically telling me we not putting this out. So I was like, bet. I found a loophole, which was I could still put the song out. I can't put it on streaming platforms, but I'm gonna shoot a video to it and I'm gonna put it on YouTube and just let it live on YouTube.
Anyway,
man, I did that. That was crazy on YouTube, man. Next thing you know, I'm on ESPN. I'm on The Real, the daytime talk show. I'm in Forbes magazine. You know, I'm getting all this press and all this organic attention.
White people that they wanted to kiss, they was kissing ass after that.
After that, they was like, "Oh, we want to do this with
D-1."
Yeah, and that's the
great idea. Bro.
Right.
Nigga was ass or something to tell you.
So that
Darn too. It was
darn too.
That's what I'm telling you all that before that shit. First they were kicking on the table.
Yeah, bro. So that's what let me know that day. Yeah, like being signed ain't all this cracked up to be. You know what I mean? So
You just working with somebody.
you working for somebody. I felt like an employee, and I was like, man, I ain't felt like an employee in so long. Like this don't feel good at all. So by the grace of God, I was able to get out of my deal. It's so crazy how I was able to get out of my deal because I owe them 4 more albums. I put one album out. It's called Slingshot David. That's the name of the album. I put that out, and I was like, oh, I owe these people so many albums and da-da-da-da. Man, I was able to get out of my deal. I met a dude who, this dude's an angel, bro. I met this dude, and this dude was able to help get me out of my deal in one phone call. He just so happened to, the dude who ran the label I was signed to, this guy who I met, he wanted to manage me. And this dude ended up saying like, bro, I'm gonna manage you. Yeah, I'm gonna work with the label. Like, it can't be that bad. They can't be that bad. I was like, bet, I'm gonna let you talk to him. I'm gonna show you how bad they are. I put him in touch with him. After one phone call, he was like, oh yeah, it's bad, D. Like, they're horrible. So watch this. I was like, man, I'm trying to get out of this deal, bro, but I owe them all these albums, da-da-da. And he was like, man, you know what's crazy? The dude that's the head of your label, your division you signed to, that dude used to be my college intern. So he was like, man, I'm like his OG. You know what I'm saying? He was like, if you want to get out, that's the little homie. I'm just going to holler at him. You'll be out
and kill it, yeah.
And kill it. They had one catch though. They owed me some bread, right? I don't want to say how much, but it was enough to
so you want to keep them?
So it was he told me this. He said if you want that bread that they owe you, he said they ain't gonna give you the bread and let you out the deal. They gonna feel like that's a double slap. Like you really got over on them type of stuff. He said if you ain't tripping on that bread, I can get you out this deal in 24 hours. I was like, man, forget that bread. I need that freedom. You hear me? Cause give me my freedom, I'm gonna make that bread times 100. You know what I mean? Easy. Cause nobody can't tell me when to drop music and what to drop.
Why I was a school teacher.
You know what I mean? So I got out the deal, and it's been love ever since, bro. I've been blessed, bro. Like, you know, musically, yeah. Like I got a new album dropping. It's called Finding Balance. Cause that's what I've been trying to do in my life. Is just find more balance, you know, between being an entrepreneur, being an artist, a hustler, and also being a good grandson, you know, being a good son, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be a good friend to people. Like as artists, like you said, what you said, we divas and we what?
I forgot. That was so much shit.
Crybabies? Products.
Yeah.
Divas and products. Also a lot
among other things. Among other things. Yeah.
That's how you feel about it, bro?
I just be rhyming. I just see. No, I be rhyming.
Say, well, you should see him when you're in the studio.
For real. Now we selfish. We selfish.
Being around Marcelo let me know how y'all is.
Oh, being around Marcelo, yeah.
I know how y'all is. That's why I can do
roll how we roll, play beat. You gotta roll how we roll, play beat.
Yeah.
I tell this man to bring me some shrimp and broccoli back from the Chinese, and he bring me broccoli back.
You supposed to have a runner.
You was already there, son. That's why I'm taking.
I ain't even ordered the food. I haven't got it.
See?
I really did.
Yeah, you said your assistant ordered the food, huh?
Man, that really bothered you, huh, bro?
Yeah.
You talking about it all on the podcast.
Yeah,
that really bothered me.
I'm just saying, I'm just showing you how y'all be divas and y'all. But then when he want me to recall you,
he want to recall him. Yeah, stop everything you're doing.
And recall him because he a rapper.
Yeah.
But you couldn't bring me shrimp and come on, bro.
I ain't used to say shrimp.
Hey.
See?
Hey.
There you go.
Hey.
Yeah.
Stella reached out to me about, I don't know, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. we kept running across each other on Instagram live, right? I pop in his live, he pop in my live, and I add him in mine, he'll add me in his, and we just had the realest conversations, right? Every time, like just on some real stuff. And he reached out to me with a record called Give Me My Roses, right? And
you know that?
Oh, you know that song? You recorded that song?
I ain't recorded that one. I heard it when he was recording. I ain't hear the final.
Alright, so so bro, like, man, that song, I was like, God, dog, this man speaking to my soul, like, cause what he's saying, that's how I be feeling a lot of times. Is like, I don't do it, I don't go hard for people's approval, but like I'm doing this because I'm trying to make God proud of me at the end of the day. I really am. But you can't ignore the fact that like people that's who gonna receive, you know, all of your hard work.
When you see them, when they let you know that,
man, that stuff it mean a lot to you, bro. It hit different. So that's the subject matter of that song, and like the verse I did for that. Normally, like you know, normally I'm coming from the heart, bro, and I'm pouring my soul out on my verses. But this one, it just hit different. Like cause every word in this verse, I said,
you got to say it.
Check it out. I hope I remember that.
I ain't play it, auntie.
Nah,
you ain't put it out.
Nah, it ain't no shit. It's coming out. Look, check this out. Check this out. Look, I said, grew up on Juvie and Wayne, then I got into the game. I went to spit in that flame and made a whole different lane. But this the home of the Cash Money Stunners, no limit soul. But I ain't never expect my city to give me my roses. Cause I be rapping about God and saying Jesus my Lord.
And I don't curse in my balls.
Still know to sleep on it. But all my lyrics be hard. Still know to sleep on the board. I just be smiling and grinning. Just talked to Mag and see murder yesterday. They say keep winning. So I just selling out shows nationwide and across the globe. It's my clothing line on the road. Still I ain't selling my soul. But
I did a deal with Puma and I gave 1,000 pair of shoes out.
Gave masks to the inmates. Brought the man news out. Could've bought a Bentley on a Rolls Royce, really. Instead I gave scholarships to students in my city.
Man, I tell you, I'm mad. I tell everybody about that.
Trying to lead my people to the promised land like Moses. So what if they don't give me my roses? I'm still chosen. You hear me?
Man, that say.
She put that out of me.
Whoa.
You,
bro.
I mean, you Shallow, they got out of all our rappers in the city, you, Shallow Fiend, Wayne, y'all already be having balls. I mean, they just gotta pay attention, you know. A lot of people say that just because you rap about God, you telling your side of the story, you trying to open their mind to something. Mm-hmm. See, you can't, the one that don't want to receive, you know, I hate to say it like that, you gotta just say fuck them.
Mm. I learned alcohol with you.
The one that don't want to receive.
I gotta try to get better at that because I'm not good at that, bro. I be like, but why? Like why? Like what? The beat wasn't They're not gonna ever give you a straight.
Let me tell you how he be.
But they're not gonna never give you a straight answer. They're not gonna never give you a straight answer because they don't have one.
But listen, when me and him bump back into each other, right? Mm-hmm. After we see each other in the street, right? He popped up in the studio one day. All right. And that dude heard my music. He like, man, what you doing? why all this? What they ain't listening to you? Mm. Like he used to be. I used to be like, this all good. He's like, we reaching him. Oh, he did not want that shit.
But tell the truth, because they got a lot of bullshit they play on the radio.
See? But I'm just telling you, out here ain't won't hear none of that. You weren't talking about what don't. You talking about the people. Right. He was like, why the people don't?
Right.
Like that's more or less where it was at, trust me.
It's the truth though. Like, because when you listen to radio, if you ain't wearing a dress in a song, I mean, that's what they playing on the radio. Even you, if you talking about something positive about God, they're not gonna play you that much.
Right.
But if a nigga talking about some stupid shit, they all for it. It's like they really trying to brainwash you into being dummies. Mm. They don't play nothing positive, or they don't play no music that really have a message in it. Mm.
Why you think it's like that?
Because society trying to keep us as a whole in the chaos. Mm-hmm. And they know that rap music gonna do that. Mm-hmm. It's not that the music keeping us in chaos, it's that the parents don't teach their children the difference between entertainment and reality.
So the music, right?
No. I just told you that, so you're not listening.
You be slick side saying that.
No, I don't be saying that. I say what society, what the society usually y'all do. No, but you still don't get it.
Yeah.
If it's applied to keep black people in chaos, and you one of the tools I can use to do that, I will fund that. That's simple, bro. But that doesn't mean, hold up, hit me out, so that doesn't mean that you necessarily gonna be the tool that work against me, because if I got any kind of smokes, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm gonna be me, like you say, I gotta be me.
Understandable, right? But check this out, right? Artists like us, we can't be used. But you talk about our life,
you can't
so
use,
it's different.
You can't use him in the same category because he talk about positive.
But I walk through my life.
Listen, you talk about positive, you talk about shit you've been to, but you still got a negative element to it, so because in your own way you still glamorizing the wrong shit.
No. Never. Not since, let me tell you one thing about this. See this OG? Since I started that OG series?
We're not talking about the OG shit.
I had to, all you were doing was watching me grow.
You talk about the growth shit.
Yeah,
that's different. That's different. Okay,
see, that's why I'm so different now.
What made you grow, bro? Because it's also people who they OGs now, but they not grown. So what made you different? Because that's the only reason why I rock with you like I do it. Truth be told, like that's the reason why I really cling to you how I do. Because I'm like, dang, I see the same evolution that my man talking about in you, and I respect that. Because I see so many other people who I'm like, dang, they OGs now, but they not chopping up game with nobody. They still, you know, on the same stuff they was on 20 years ago. Why did you evolve?
See, I was about to give up, right? And I got a bus from my little brother. Cause I was like, I'm getting older. I don't want to talk about the same shit. I was like, which one we doing? Your man just That nigga said, Snoop Dogg still rapping. You got a whole lot to say. But I had to challenge myself, so I was like, shit, I can't be going back out there saying the same stupid ass shit. I'm not doing the same stupid shit. And I got in the zone where I was like, my past can't interfere with my future, right? So my past can't interfere in my future. I would not allow my past to interfere with my future.
He done tied you up. You had a ball earlier, that's a ball right there.
I fight for it. I fight for it.
Y'all tired now.
Say it's nothing like I don't allow that. So I don't do the same things. I don't be in the same places. I move around different.
Yeah.
I carry myself different. And I had to challenge myself, so I said, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing samples and I'm doing all the old records that I grew up on. That's why all the records were samples. So most of them, like I had to listen, the hooks was already there.
Yeah, yep.
So some of them I had to fight my way out of saying negative things. But then that shit started becoming easy. When people start showing me that they got it, like them young dudes start coming back running the ball, they were like, trouble time. And then when I did it like that, it wasn't cool for motherfuckers to be called OG, old heads and all that, right? And I felt like, man, I've really been out here. Like I won't be old head. I couldn't wait to get old. So I swear, man, I couldn't wait. All you told me to get to 40 years old. Boy, as soon as that shit struck, that shit was like gold. I'm telling you, real talk, like
that's gang.
I just started turning everything around. I said, you know what? We're gonna do it. Let me just show you the do it. I ain't no competition. I'm gonna develop a whole nother lane.
Okay.
So that's why I did most of the sound. And I see on every record I gotta teach you something. So on every record it gotta be something quotable that they can say, but it still gotta be kind of like cool. So that's how I had to challenge myself, because music ain't too easy. And when you see your effect work, it's different.
When you see your effect.
Like, you know how like you see them kids that you taught in school and stuff like that? Like I see dudes like who I actually watched and came to me when they first started, and I see them now, they really eating off the music. So I be like, all right, we're gonna keep on doing this. We're gonna see how long it works.
Yeah.
And then they start passing it down.
Good. We need more of that.
I mean, we got us one. I think we're the same way. We just do it different.
Oh.
Me and you.
What?
As in the way we do with the YG.
Oh yeah, we try to reach.
See, you be so busy trying not to be like me. You heard me?
I do it women, but we be doing some strange things.
You don't smoke, you different.
Yeah.
I like this. I like this. Say, you should fall on the back. You fell asleep.
Oh no.
Oh, I got the bloopers.
No, I didn't fall asleep. I was listening to the
Wait, on the Mac interview?
That man, I was sitting
Man,
there
you fell
listening.
asleep on bro.
He thought out because I was sitting there just listening to Mac. I was like,
Them edibles ate him alive.
That was,
Let me tell you, listen.
that was
Shit, bro, them edibles ate
I was glad to
him
see Mac because
alive.
I was up there.
Yeah,
with Mac.
it was first to play.
And I finally, I told him he was gonna come home. I knew they were gonna ever hold him forever for that shit. So I kind of pissed. He had it that long knowing the man did that shit. But I was glad to see him. And I was trying to let him. No, I was full of the medical.
No,
I wish I had something for you. But this
boy,
is all right now. I got respect.
But he always run an interview when we not.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't have to come on, right? But he has valid points and talk about a lot of good things.
Nah, this been fire.
He digged it.
Yeah.
No, I chime in on the best part. See, you cut me off because I was about to ask
See,
him
I'm always cutting him off.
what he think about these little dudes out here, that's doing all the dumb shit, the petty crimes, pulling on people, cold dudes, robbing and all that.
Yeah, I just think that they haven't connected to their greater purpose for why they're here. Because when you know your purpose, it's easy to dodge the distractions. It's meant to like derail you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you know your purpose, bro, when you know what your end game is that you're working towards in life, it's so easy to say, is doing this, is jacking this old lady out this car tonight, is scamming, is that gonna get me closer to that end goal? And you can easily say, man, hell no, that's not gonna get me closer. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But when you have no end game, when you're just in survival mode, and you're not even thinking you're gonna live to see 21 years old, like, it's a lot easier to say, yeah, like this look fun right now, or this seem like something I gotta do just to make it, you know?
Most of them 13 and 14 and 12 years old, so they're not capable of making no decisions of.
It's also
purpose.
right, but they gotta have positive reinforcement. So I never tell a man or a young woman not to do something if I'm not gonna provide an alternative for them to do instead.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the part, bro, and that's why I'm so passionate about working with the youth and plugging them into programs or allowing them to just identify whatever they love to do. Everybody in this world has what I call a slingshot. You know, my first name is David. We all know David killed Goliath with a slingshot. Everybody got a slingshot, meaning everybody got something.
I thought it was a jawbone.
A jawbone?
Yeah, he made a slingshot out of a jawbone, huh?
No, he up there with the job on him if he did.
I guess, bro. So you call it a I knew that.
I thought that was you mean. I thought David was about a Snoop Goliath with a jawbone. I didn't know he was a slingshot.
Yeah, bro. Anyway, man, but everybody got something that they great at or something that they love to do. My thing is embrace that. Identify what you love to do, what your slingshot is. Embrace that, because when you do that and when you use that for the purpose God designed it for, that's when you find yourself walking in your purpose, and you like, dang, like I'm doing something unique. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm using a gift that I have that I love, and I'm making a difference. Man, that's powerful. So that's why I try to get these youngsters, you know what I mean, these young kids to identify early on.
How long it took you to become comfortable with yourself? So like you gotta think, like, I just think it's us as young black men, especially here,
Yeah.
it catch on so late as in being men, as in being comfortable with yourself. Like it's just a different way. You look at things different when you
asked
comfortable.
him the weirdest question. Tell him, man, how you feel? Wait, say
About you don't understand about us being comfortable with men.
You supposed to be comfortable from day one.
Man, it don't happen like that.
You supposed to be
Right.
You should better be cocky, confident, arrogant, and all from day one.
But how many people are really cocky and confident and all that from day one? Come on, man.
I don't know. I was.
Man, it's the most insecure generation ever, and it's only getting worse.
You saying the new generation?
Yeah, my generation.
I mean, I was like that too. What the man?
We was going on Superfly and shit like that, so you know how we was coming.
Oh yeah, that was that.
You know.
That's a whole
He went Superflies on everything. You try to get the wash.
I'm just telling you, that's how I go. You know what I'm saying? But you came in the house, you had some Sam Cooke playing, food getting cooked.
Yeah.
You know, it just was a different element. Now when you come in there, pop that pussy and shake that. All kind of shit. They frying eggs, they frogs, popping shit.
That's how I'm telling you.
That's crazy right now, bro.
Uppercut.
I'm telling you.
Man, bro, it's harder now though. It was hard when I was coming up. Even just the pressure when my mama telling me, look, we finna go to Foot Locker, we finna go to the plaza. You know, I grew up in the East. We finna go to the plaza, but you finna get something off the clearance section in the store. You know what I mean? Like, you finna do that. You want them Jabos? No, we finna go to Walmart and get them Wranglers. You know what I mean? That's pressure already, cause you know, man, I'm finna get rid when I go to school. Yeah. So I better be ready.
That be the stealing.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That leads you to start stealing, right? So watch this. That's what we had, bro. Right? I still remember the real to this day.
Give me some shit,
bro.
Running out that motherfucker. You know that the bad dude, fast as a motherfucker. I got about 7 G and 4 polos.
But I thought
hey, come back here.
I thought you said you was confident from day one.
Melvin Project wasn't that fault. 4 blocks, nigga.
How you see that go through?
4 blocks. You making 4 blocks? See where you see that Greyhound? You home. Start walking now. I got my shit to school.
Man, bro. So nowadays, man, these kids gotta worry about every time they post something online. Am I fresh enough in this post I'm about to make on Instagram? Do I have enough followers? If I ain't get enough likes, I'm feeling lame. You know what I mean? Only 14 people like my picture. They got so many things that they going up against just to be able to feel comfortable in their own skin.
Yeah.
And man,
it's killing them too.
Yeah, literally killing them.
They can't live without their phone.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-mm.
Take a phone from a child for a week and see how crazy it is.
They might shoot you.
They might shoot you.
Well, the first night they're gonna sneak you with something. You sleep. They gonna get that phone. You ain't gonna wake up that morning.
And it's not like socialized. Like nobody don't be in the parks and all that. Like you really grew up.
And by you being in the education system and being a teacher now, right? What you think about society as a whole and the mandate they got against the young black male?
The plot to keep young black males uneducated or to make sure that the school to prison pipeline stays intact. How I feel about that?
But
I definitely feel like it's real. I definitely feel like our people have been intentionally miseducated for a long time so that we don't think as owners or we don't look at ourselves as kings, you know what I mean, as far as young black men. So by me knowing that, it's like, all right, what are we gonna do to combat that? I love that nowadays, to me this is a black revolution that we're going through right now, to where on the internet, you see so many black people talking about wealth and talking about financial literacy and talking about truly having knowledge of ourselves and our ancestors and our history. The knowledge is there at this point, but it's just all about, are we able to get that knowledge in front of, because I don't blame a 12, 13, 14-year-old for just being a child. I don't blame them for not being conscious and woke and all that stuff, but it's our job as adults to put that knowledge in front of them and to make it look appealing. I heard a quote the other day. Somebody said, the role of an artist is to make the movement irresistible. So whatever the movement is that we're trying to push forward, if it's black education, if it's keeping our young black men on the right path to maximize their potential, the role of artists is to make the movement irresistible, because we can dress it up and make it so sexy and so fire with the lyrics we spit and with the podcast we create. That's our job, is to make the movement irresistible. So what them dudes is like, man, what you want? You want to be like him? You want to be like that murderer? Man, I'm trying to be like Mr. Marcelo or Dee-1. Or I'm trying to be like this, because they make it look fire. They fresh, they paid, they respected, they doing their thing, they comfortable, they authentic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I get that.
But the artists, but the label not pushing those type of
things. We don't look at it like, I'm not like, we like, y'all look into artists.
We're not talking about.
Y'all look at it into the labels.
I'm not talking about the ones who's doing independent. I'm not talking about the.
It's more of us who gotta step up. It's more of us who gotta step up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You keep talking about the artists of it. It's just us as more black men. But I was like dudes always doing stuff.
Yeah,
all the dudes ain't got labels, they got clothing lines. There's a whole lot of dudes that could be stepping up, that could be showing you.
You're right about it, so they up, but they got a lot of us who are not stepping up, bro.
And the
few, no, I'm not dragging on anybody, because I understand that's a business, bro. People in the rap, in the rap world is entertainers. They business. They just like the regular. They got a job to do. They got people who work for the electric company. They got people that work for Sewer Motor Board. They got people that work for the school board. And they got rappers. They got rap. Your job is to entertain them. So that's kind of sense. So I'm not putting everything on the rapper. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is more niggas have to step up and take accountability in their household and in their hood and try to change.
They go see more black men.
I've been saying that though. I've been saying that though. It ain't about how much money you have. It ain't about if you got money. It's about the knowledge that you're passing on. Because if you ain't got no, if the young brothers don't have no knowledge, bro, they not gonna be smart enough and understand what's going around, and they gonna get sucked up in that cycle.
At what point do we put the blame in the hands of the consumers though, and saying, well, look,
you bought it.
Yeah, you chose to y'all. That's what y'all supporting. If y'all was supporting more of these other artists, then all the labels want is money. So if they was like, dang, the people want more real stuff, we gonna start putting bread behind the real stuff. But it seems like the people want.
I don't think that will never happen.
Right. So
I don't think they're gonna never promote anything positive.
We know us as artists. We know it's out there though. Yeah. It's a different ball game. Like YouTube, if they want it, they can get it. Like back in the game, you had to talk about the big label pushing this out, the big label pushing that out. Like now, all you do is you find what new videos
come out. That's what control the narrative, though.
Man, you go find what you want now.
Man, that's who control the narrative, the big.
We don't give a damn about no narrative,
man.
Well, we don't care. That's why I'm glad you're here today.
We should, but y'all should as rappers.
Nah, man, we cope, we take.
Man, with the shit that Nas X pulling out, bro.
See, I knew you were gonna go there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But it's certain, like, as people are choosing to look that way.
No, it's not that. It's they choose it. I'm talking about the machine, the power that
we the machine.
Choosing.
Now we
the machine, man. It's a new day. Like you 88. We the machine. Ain't no machine.
I ain't no 88 because
you
if it was me.
Ain't no machine. We at the machine.
I'm gonna show you something, bro. If it was me, and if I would had a narrative, when he came and showed me the show he was gonna do on BT, I'd kick him in his ass and tell get the fuck out of my shit.
You can't be like. You can't.
I ain't no
man. Listen, because what happens is like
that's what I hate about. That's what I hate about this.
Focused into
no, this is what I hate about. This is what I hate about the game. This is what I hate.
We here.
This is what I'm No, this is what I'm about to say. Telling you how you can't look over there when they putting the shit right in front of you.
See, you know when I seen that shit one day on the meeting, I don't even watch that shit y'all on TV. Whatever it was on.
But y'all, I guess y'all missing the whole part of what I'm saying, bro. That should be.
See, shit. You see how you looking at it though?
No, but this is what I'm about to say.
From a whole different
this
standpoint.
Shit, they got shit for adults and they got shit for children. You can keep that shit for adults. That shit should be nowhere on TV where kids can watch.
Right, where kids, yeah.
That's all I'm saying. And if you're gonna do it for the BET after dark.
Yeah,
we agree with that.
So I agree with both of y'all, cause what you're saying is absolutely true. Absolutely true. I done went on they got a brother named Van Lathan. He's from Baton Rouge. He used to work for TMZ. So he real popular on YouTube. I mean on Instagram. Van Lathan. Yeah, and when Lil Nas X came out and put the video out to it, I think he was dancing naked in the prison with some other boys. I came out and said something about that too. I said the same thing you just said. Man, look, I ain't telling the man don't be gay. If you want to be gay, that's your own business. But that ain't appropriate to say that that's on platforms that the kids gonna be looking at. I agree with that.
And not only that, he went on national. Said, but this demonstrate this. Let me show you how fucked up this shit is.
I thought about this.
Then he went on the fucking breakfast show.
Said, fuck
and this bitch ass nigga Charlamagne and Gall. And
you can't be like that.
No, because these dude, this is what I'm saying, bro. Why I have to say this hello. These dudes let this dude got up there and say, fuck the kids. More or less, he don't give a fuck about the kids, and that shit was cool. But let LeBron James or one of say shit like that. They don't blackball him. They blackball the baby for the fucking shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't fucking right. And these bitch ass niggas gonna talk about something. Well, when we was coming up rapper did worse. What the fucking rapper did worse than that? Because before y'all generation that came. They had nigga like Rakim, KRS-One, fucking Public Enemy, EMP. Tell me what them dudes were doing was so fucked up with their rap and how they were handling their business, man. So I just see that society turn their eyes or they blackball a nigga when that shit ain't right, man.
Well, as far as the media outlets or the Breakfast Club or whoever,
like that's not them.
I don't think that's them.
No,
I don't think that's
you heard the interview?
Yeah, I saw that. You gotta understand it. No.
Charlamagne was laughing. He tried to
say, well, listen.
All right, bro.
Charlamagne.
They beat up the bullshit.
You talking about? Okay, all right. So, okay, I
can
understand that.
But when they beat up bullshit, told bullshit that shit about what rappers did back in the day, so worse than what the fuck that the dude did, but that shit wasn't true. And then when
that's true.
Fuck no, what rappers you seen did some shit that was more fucked up?
I mean, if you glorifying killing, is what's worse?
They didn't glorify killing. They back in, I don't know. You mean I said my day, the rapper was talking about protecting themselves, man. They were talking about protecting themselves. Then what you see in the
hold on,
no.
And show me what rapper was talking about killing
them. What No Limit and Cash Money was talking about?
They come afterwards. No Limited Cash Money didn't come. I'm talking about the rappers I was raised up. I was raised up on every beat in them. I don't Cash Money come 20, 40 years later. We're not talking about that.
Everything
we talking about Charlamagne.
Some either was in jail
Charlamagne, my motherfucking age, so he was raised up on the same fucking rappers I was raised up on. He was rap. So when he tried,
I think he was talking about Boosie specifically. I think he was saying Boosie. You got lyrics that's talking about killing people and
No, he told Boosie that. That's what I'm telling you. He told Boosie that with rappers that came before him were talking about way worse and doing way worse than what Nas was doing. And I don't know what the fuck was wrong with Boosie. Boosie should have asked me, check me what rapper and what they did that were worse than what Nas did. I mean, what Nas X did.
Right. See, I think
Boosie should have asked me right than that. So he could so he could explain himself. They chewed his ass out.
They set him up for a lot of good questions, but he got out. He got out.
And they chewed that man ass out, and then they pacified the Nas X. Simple as plain. Yeah, bro. That shit don't go like that.
So look, I stand in a position where what Lil Nas X is doing and going out his way. Look, and going out his way to
suck a dick up here. Who that's him? Who cares about that?
Right.
I'm saying you shouldn't be trying to influence no fucking kids.
Yeah. And the big platforms, the big media outlets that's like
BET allowed this bitch to do a fucking.
But come on. We ain't
so crazy. Nigga gave the last ass to the fucking devil naked.
But that's not a thing that we're on. We ain't on that.
Right.
We ain't on that. More on us. We should be talking about us.
So that's inappropriate visuals for kids to be exposed to.
You gonna set it right, set it all the way right, Cello. You can't have it halfway.
You fighting for it.
You fucking right, I'm fighting for it all.
We fight for
Let a nigga beat. Listen,
tell me this.
If you want a nigga to beat,
I got a real question for you. Alright, that's wrong. For that type of imagery to be like lap dancing.
But you making it wrong with the shit you doing.
So hold on, but this is my question. This is my question.
What? No, you gotta think about how you push it out.
Hold on, this is the question. Hold on. Time out. Listen, this is the question. Alright, is it right to have a music video or to have a performance to where, let's say it's a straight dude, not a gay dude, but to where he getting head in the music video, or to where he smashing somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's super visual for these kids. Is that okay?
I agree with that with the time going on now, because that's showing a man to be a man.
Oh, no, big dog, no.
Yeah. I agree, bro. Let them come, listen.
No.
Niggas been missing. Listen what I'm like saying. Let me clarify something.
All right.
If my son, and this is what I'm telling you, listen, bro, it's my job when my son get exposed to shit to teach him right from wrong, to tell him what's right and wrong. Not saying that I can make him do anything, but that's my job to be on him. From the time he 0 to the time I say at least he's 15, I'm supposed to have what we call creative control over his whole environment.
And what he get exposed to.
And what he get exposed to, even because this is the thing. Even I'm gonna show you a print of what I'm trying to make. Let's say me and my son was sitting there and that shit came on, and I got my son, he glued to the TV watching that. I'm not supposed to just sit there and watch it with him. I'm supposed to be like, you know, that's fucked up. I'm supposed to explain to him right and wrong, right then and there. Because if I don't, I might leave him alone, and he might think that that is what he's supposed to be doing.
I mean, that
ain't what he's supposed to be doing.
Daddy's done what that happened.
But I don't be.
And they got all the daddy shit. You think this is a mean daddy sitting there with their sharing like but that's okay. That's a good point. That's why I'm telling you that shit should have been BET after fucking dope. Should have been BET prime time. Call BET. You gotta let people. Could you expect us to change something we can't change? We doing our job.
Let me tell you something.
And you always going back to the
you always make it a game. Dog, if I had enough listen, you make it a game. If I had enough of power, I'd change the whole power structure of this fucking country, bro. You think it's a game?
I think I do.
That's why they keep a nigga like me broke and they get the niggas who money who ain't gonna challenge the system. That's why they do that. You know. All right, bro. You think it's a game?
You in the system. I do. As long as I do my job.
You do know that a piece.
I do my job. Let
me tell you. I want you to understand something. See how you said? See, I play the end game. It's bigger than that. You do know a piece of paper was signed that stopped you from being a slave. You know they could lay that and reverse that shit just as quick as they did it, huh? Abraham signed the paper. They could get a president in that could lay there, just like Abraham signed the paper when he was a president.
You think that's kind of shit we should
but that's okay then. All right, bro. Again, bro.
You said, hey, if somebody in this room got an iPhone, show
you not sitting around with man. We not man. Too many black guys.
You think it's a game? They weakening our nation any kind of way they can, bro.
Come on.
They gonna make sure they ain't got no soldiers to fight.
I'm listening.
They gonna make sure they ain't got no soldiers to fight when it come down to it, bro. I'm telling you nothing, bro. You think it, you better get your
boy, you need a weed.
I don't need a weed. You need one.
Boy, you need a weed.
Man, it's definitely not cool to show that stuff. But like Marcelo said, man, like we doing our job, bro. We doing our job trying to be, provide something different for these dudes to look at.
And I hope a lot of them start listening to it. That's why I keep telling Sella put something on the radio. And why I hope you drop something and put it on the radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You step in the radio in, bro. The radio.
No, I'm just saying that when they listen to the internet. Anywhere you on the ride.
And they screaming. Yeah, they
And they got a song out say I'm winning because I'm gay. Oh. What the fuck?
For real?
What?
For real?
I better listen to
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he paid a lot of attention to that, bro.
Right. He's watching that because of his kid, and he know he grew up there.
Okay.
But this is a different way, like the same way, like in our time they had, how many channels there?
8.
All right, they got a whole lot. All you gotta do is real talk. For real? Yeah, real talk.
8 channels.
Right, and it went off what time it went off? At the match?
12 o'clock. After that, it was no TV. That's all you gonna hear all night live. They don't know nothing. Because TV stay on all night.
Well, he boy ain't got with it, baby. Tell you. Yeah. We were Fred Sanford, them man, a Benson or something, man.
No, it was Fred Sanford.
Yes, we know these, brother. The news, Fred Sanford, man.
And the TV over with. It's gone. Nothing else.
Let me tell you what's so crazy, right? The news will come on 10:30. Fred Sanford come on from 10:30 to 11. And Mass come on from 11 to 12. So we got to watch Mass for an hour.
Yeah, 2 episodes.
Ooh, you used to be drunk, man. What?
And that was a wrap.
And when I'm talking about just like that.
That's it. And on a Saturday morning, you had 1 or 2 options: cartoons or the karate movies. Ain't nothing else on.
So you think the
game was nothing else on.
That's why we was outside.
Right, I do.
Oh boy, that's why we was outside.
Yeah, I do.
I couldn't wait to go outside.
Yeah.
Well, niggas ain't no more karate cartoon. You play that outside.
Karate and cartoons.
Seriously, what?
That's a song right there. Karate and cartoons.
That's really what was on.
Yeah.
It's real talk, bro.
Dang.
Like, look at the channels. Look at the options that kids have.
Yeah.
You got a lot of bad ones, but you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we look at it. To where I think we look at, like, as another. Let me tell you how we look at it, right? some kids gotta make conscious decisions, right? If they're raised by their parents, it's easy for them to make conscious decisions, right?
All children, children not gonna really make no.
I'm talking about conscious decisions as an understanding.
Whether raised by your parents or not.
No, man. I mean, with your parents being around you, right? Father figures. We always had somebody around us. What we do on here, OGs and all that. Anybody stepping up like that? We step up.
What I think, I'm just being honest with you. What I think the problem is, not just social media, is that parents became younger. What I mean younger, they started, it was rare that a lady have a baby at the age of 14 or 15. But now it's common for children to pop up pregnant at that age, you know what I'm saying? And most of that because they don't have nothing like Sutter said, it's either social media for the children or they being bullied by somebody. So that kind of makes them withdraw from being able to be because you don't see, like when I was coming up, you don't see a bunch of dudes playing football on the news around or in the park. So they ain't gotta be a part of the park or nothing. They just looking over their park, they go play some football. Or they go play some back. You know how they go.
Right.
Grab the ball, baby, we gonna see who the best player. They don't have none of that now. You know what I'm saying? But they all in the fucking phone on Facebook, TikTok, and watching all the dumbass shit that's going on. And it's influencing them.
It takes them.
It is.
But we look at it differently. We be like, yo, that's gonna go on over there. We gonna go hard over here.
Right.
Like if some of those things that wouldn't have happened, like we wouldn't walk the way we walk and talk the way we talk at those people. Like I made sure I stand out when I start seeing that stupid shit happen. I'm like, man, these niggas got the game fucked up. It's not about to represent us. It does not. That shit not about to happen. So it made me move different. I wasn't worried about making a decision what everybody else was gonna do. I knew they were gonna look at me different.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you a strong parent in the house, but if you can't be with your child, damn, basically 24/7, you still gonna have problems because once he leave you, it's out there for him. Just everything out there and everything on social media just displayed. So they, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you teaching them for that time that you around, and once you get out there, that shit gone out his head, bro. And he filing Joe Blow. You know, it's hard for everybody, for a person to say, I'm gonna just be me. I'm gonna be me. I ain't gonna nobody influence me. It's hard, bro. Everybody trying to be like somebody.
We just gotta step our game up, man. That's all. We gotta rise to the challenge. It's definitely harder nowadays, but what we gonna do? Just give up? Complain?
No, we gotta, man.
The devil got no tactics, so God's people gotta have new tactics.
Man. I believe in all that.
Yeah, I believe in all that. If I believe in God, I gotta believe in the opposite of God.
Why?
If good exists, then evil exists. If black exists, then white exists. Yeah,
well, that's a hell of a metaphor that we've been told.
Men and women, you don't believe in God?
Yeah, but I don't believe it. I think we believe in the same way.
Well, yeah, explain.
You believe God with Jesus Christ, the Holy Trinity, all in one. I don't believe that.
What you believe?
I believe Jesus was just like a brother of mine, just like everybody else. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and John F. Kennedy. He was sent here for a purpose. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? His job was to come here to die for our sins so we get another shot.
So we believe in the same thing.
Why that matter?
Everybody believe that Jesus Christ is God himself. A lot of people believe that. They believe the Holy Trinity is one. And it's not true.
You don't believe that you got God in you? If you God's creation, if your son is your creation, then your son got your DNA.
Well, I mean, we were created and spit the image of him, so y'all gotta have something.
You got him in you. So Jesus clearly had God in him. And the difference is,
yeah, but as a son, I mean, as his father, not as him being as one. They teach him not that, it's the Holy Trinity. God and Jesus Christ is one, and that's not true. At least I don't believe that.
Right? You believe he was born of a virgin, married?
No.
Gotcha.
I don't believe that neither.
But here's the thing, bro. When it comes to religion, at the end of the day, we probably believe 95% the same stuff. That 5% that we might not feel the same way about, I'm not finna let that 5%. Right. Yeah, that 5%.
When you say you believe in God, that's right, cool.
Exactly.
I ain't about to go to show. No, I'm just saying that then how far you'll go to show at then the things of it like that. Right. Don't matter. We don't care. You just say you believe in God.
I did a song last year called No Pictures of Jesus. I said, I don't care if Jesus is white or if he's black. All I know is Jesus is real and he's coming back. Color's just a tactic that people use to distract. But the Bible said don't argue with fools, so I don't react. Grew up in Catholic church, taking communion as a child. Like I forgot the song because it's like a year and a half old.
But you don't believe Jesus was black?
No, I do believe he was black. Right. But watch this. I'm saying I'm not gonna let arguing over his color distract me from focusing on his character. They got so many black people who like, man, I don't rock with God or nothing about that talk at all, just because
that white man,
that white man, da da da. I'm not finna let color like distract me from his character and the overall message.
I mean, you know, you can say what color he is, but I really believe with black people. Where Egypt,
I really don't care.
What he was setting up.
I know the thing. We know it works. I know what I believe in works.
So if you find out Jesus was Asian, if he was an Asian dude, would that make you be like, oh, I don't rock with him? No, right. No, he's not.
He wouldn't have been in Egypt if he was Asian.
No, you're absolutely right. He's not Asian. But if he was, would you feel different about him? Like, oh, I don't rock with him then. He ain't.
But Jesus was Asian?
If he was, would you feel different about him? Exactly.
He's just another man to me.
Right. But you still have the same respect for him.
What you mean? I respect him as Jesus. He's just another man to me.
Right.
You had a purpose, just like I got a purpose.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So that means you're not gonna let color distract you.
So you believe you gotta go through Jesus Christ to go through God?
See, what you talking about a lot of things that see, you still digging back into it to try to make things different.
Why? You son of God, why? I'm curious. Why?
Because I'm not the son of God.
Why you not?
I'm not.
Well, you don't believe in your own Bible then.
I believe in my Bible. Where it say I'm the son of God?
Well, don't in your
Bible. I was made in his image. That don't mean I'm the son.
Okay, then listen what I'm saying.
Let's
go say that.
Right now, right.
You about to go on here.
I'm about to ask you.
A lot of stuff that you
tell you say you believe that you was creating a spitting image here.
I do believe that Jesus was sent here, and that Jesus is different from us.
Pastor.
You do believe
but he didn't. Almost don't count. Who saw that is? Almost doesn't count.
I told you he because God created him.
Oh, that's a whole nother episode.
No, I'm saying because God created him for a specific purpose.
Exactly.
To come here and die for a certain
and if he ain't sinned, I can't name another human being who ain't never sinned outside of Jesus. Name me one.
You're not gonna. Come on, but that's a metaphor. Bro.
Name me one, bro.
Man, ain't nobody. All of us gonna sin. That's why we have free will.
How long we gonna
you start sinning when you come out of the womb.
Over those things that doesn't really
I'm gonna go toe to toe because I want you to know.
Right. No, say T, we gotta book an episode with just me and him.
Yeah, all y'all gonna talk about.
I get all these religious fanatics.
For what?
For
what?
So I can send the real message.
Marcelo is right now. It's like all that.
For what? For what? We can be talking about somebody.
If we agree about 95%, boom. Why are you gonna focus on the 5% that we might feel different about?
I don't agree upon 95.
If you agree that Jesus is real, if you believe in God, and if you said we need to be trying to do the right thing for the kids, we understand.
We ain't talking about the Bible no more.
We the same.
We got a lot of contradictions.
See, there you go. You gotta find something else to do.
We got a lot of contradictions there. Y'all gotta read a lot of books. Religious books. Don't just read one. We got a bunch of them.
But you should have had some animals too. You really should.
Why, bro? I'm telling you the truth. You don't like it. You can't handle the truth.
Bro, we don't
care about your truth.
Right.
I'm telling you.
And I also feel like the enemy will try to be like, oh, I'm gonna take a brother like this who could be a powerful tool in God's army,
but we gonna argue
and I'm gonna get it to where he become so entrenched in arguing over these semantics and these different details that because I got partners who are more focused on arguing down the details that they're not using their most valuable gift, which is, bro, you are. Like you a magical, bro. Like you got that it factor about you. But if the enemy is like, yo,
man, I'm a devil. Y'all keep. I don't worry about the devil. That bitch need to be scared of me.
That's how you gotta feel. That's how we feel about the big label.
Me.
Right.
That's how we feel about the big label. That's how we feel about the big label. You know that all the way. We don't care about them labels.
So how you can't feel him when he say that?
We don't care.
That's how we feel about these labels. We talking about. I be like, man, we got the power. They need to be scared of us.
Exactly. We sell a record.
And for, I just want to clear something with you, Shallow. And for artists,
There you go.
don't understand that he got the power over the label, he shouldn't be a fucking artist. Because you the one that doing all the work. They ain't doing shit. They just sitting back collecting off of you. So if you not smart enough, and that's why I don't take no nigga who get into a dumb contract, but that's what they got people who are a little bit smarter than you that can tell you
Oh,
what's
you'd be
going on.
surprised how many people who are a little bit smarter than you put them in that
niggas
contract.
signing the contract because they want their fame. They want to be known as being on. They not really put the groundwork in to do the due diligence to secure their spot. They just want
You
to
think rappers just going there signing the contract?
a lot of them on contract. They probably about sell their booty.
It don't be that. If you have a team around, make those decisions.
Dumb teams.
It's illegal. Watch this. It's illegal for a rapper to sign a contract without having a lawyer look at it first. It's actually a law. It's a real law.
Yeah, but if I tell that lawyer to tell you to sign a contract because I'm gonna break him off 100 G's after you sign it, you don't know.
You believe that's really happening?
Fucking right. Man, come on, bro.
I ain't saying that it couldn't happen.
Bro, the business world, what I found out, bro, the business world is more ruthless than the drug world. Because in the drug world, you know your enemies, you know what your enemy's capable. But this bitch sitting behind that desk, you don't know what's on his mind. You don't know what type of person he is. Mm-hmm. And you got your whole life of freedom fucking with him.
A lot of us don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, that's to be the best thing.
We don't have to deal. A lot of us don't have to deal with it because it's simple as us pressing the button and then we go in them over. And we make it happen.
I mean, it's
So we still, a lot of us start seeing that, and it's so much easier to get your own check.
The rapper's supposed to be choking the life out the
Instead of choking the life out, we just do it ourselves.
You know what I'm talking about? When I mean choking the life out of the music industry, I'm talking about the money. Because y'all is y'all book your own show.
Independently, they are choking. It's a lot of independent artists that gives you good money.
But I'm just saying though, all this right, when you get to a certain stage, you don't really need a nigga to book you and do all that type of shit for you no more. You can do that yourself. Huh? So you telling me
I gotta have a manager or something.
No, I'm just
That's what you meant. You meant like the artist in the team.
I'm talking about the team. But
You don't need a label.
You don't need a label. That's right.
Definitely, you can take some of that anyway.
You can rent the arena yourself and sell your own tickets.
Yeah, we know that. Cello know that. He
I'm
like,
thinking you're saying like
I'm
as an
saying
artist.
put your
Right now, yeah.
But I mean with a team, but you got the right team.
That's why I got that guy right there.
Who, T?
Yeah.
I know you and man still get work together good. Y'all work the shit out of me like a Mexican. Shouts out to Escalade.
He's swerving with something like a Mexican. See, listen, it's crazy how you see us.
Yeah.
So wait, we fight for the same thing?
Yeah.
He's on my nerve, but he fight all day about the same time. Be like, that's not the fight, bro. But he's so passionate about what he wants to get out. Nobody had time for that, man.
I've been wanting to tell you this.
You trying to tell me about my phone? What you about to tell me? Why you ain't fix my tie for me? Now, you been wanting to tell me, but you
That's all.
no, let me tell you what happened. I ain't gonna blame it on you.
You said you ain't Silky work good together. You ain't say nothing about me. So I didn't want to let you know.
So he ain't tell me till you
Since y'all work good together, I didn't want to let you know.
Let me put the tie to OG.
Yeah, tell me
Let me make this cool, like.
yeah.
That would make it cool. How's that? I tell you what, I do what I want. And I don't know fast we do what we want. I don't know if y'all see if it was up to him out here on all beige with a white shirt and white shoes.
Can we get a fashion coordinator up here for Shallow?
Say, boy, you know I'm the flyest OG out
Say
here.
Shallow.
You talk that talk, boy, you know how this go.
Shallow, you look like Buster Poindexter right
Say,
bro, with that outfit on. Talking about you flies, OG out.
Say, he really wanted me to have on all beige with some blue socks.
No, I didn't.
Some white shoes.
Oh man.
Dad with the white shirt.
Yeah,
you know, the white belt. So I come from a video shoot, right?
The white belt on.
Say, bro. Say, since you gonna go back, let me just give you my OG for a minute, right?
Yeah.
So one day we walk in here, right? That nigga sit down.
What?
It sound like church bells in here. This nigga got 72 keys sitting right here. I'm like, I said, don't you come in here like that no more. That nigga came out the next day and got one key. I said, you getting it? I'm lying, I can't hear you. Am I lying? That nigga 72.
I wasn't worried about what you said to teach me to watch the episode.
What?
I produced and I said I sounded like a janitor. I sounded like a janitor.
Say you really came back the next day?
One kid.
One kid on there.
It didn't make no
I said,
sense.
backstage, figured it out. And that's what he said too. He said, I don't even know what I don't give a fuck. I swear. I knew he wasn't lying because he carried one key.
I can't do the bitches.
We got hold of with the key. Man, nigga really had to say, I'm talking about, say what I told him. He ain't come back riding like that no more.
No, T, really, you ought to be happy T told me to watch that episode. When I said I sounded like Santa Claus. I said, what the fuck, bro? What's wrong with me, man? We supposed to be talking about Dee-1, we went all the way to others, man. Sir, what you got on the ride? Sir, bro, what you got on the ride and coming, bro?
Man, oh man. Yeah, bro, you love my stuff, man.
Wow. See what I gotta deal with?
Yeah, bro.
But I want to kill like a Mexican.
I got my new single out right now. It's featuring the game. You heard me? It's called Shine On.
Okay.
Powerful joint. I got that out. I got another single I just dropped called Taking a Chance on Me. It's when I'm telling my story how I transitioned from having a job, being a teacher, to being an entrepreneur, you heard me, being a rapper, and what I had to do. Because a lot of people trying to make that jump. They like, man, I can't stand this job. I can't do this no more. How did you do this? And I tell my whole story on that. It's called Taking a Chance on Me. The new album that's on the way is called Finding Balance. Like I told y'all, Finding Balance, that's gonna drop in January. And Friday I'm dropping a new freestyle. It's called Happy and Humble. So that's on all streaming platforms. You heard me? Music speak for itself.
And where they go find this shit on? Just on all
same wherever they listen to Beyonce music at. You know what I mean?
Why you never go to the movie yet?
I was just about to ask you about acting. That's crazy.
Yeah, because I mean, you got a story to tell, brother. Like,
yeah.
You know, you're a pretty funny dude, so
nah, bro, I ain't got nothing on y'all, bro. I ain't got nothing on y'all.
You could picture, bro. You was a teacher, you had a class, you know,
yeah.
You could really,
for sure.
Put some on.
It's gonna be out.
No, you what selling?
Yeah,
crazy, man. I'm trying to tell the man, so it's
no, seriously, I would expect you to be hell with the ladies.
I'm right there, I'm independent.
I'm right with your name. Well, you should shoot one because I think that if you would not only would it be entertaining, you'll have a nice message in there because of where you come from and you promote, you know, you brought positive. So, you know, it kind of be funny as you was a teacher, you actually play a teacher, and you don't know your all these.
Fix that kind in that little.
And that rap.
See, I'm telling you, fix that kind in that little. We don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, you can do a little and then kind of, we don't do that. I'm just telling you, ain't no kind of.
The movie could be a comedy based on you being a teacher, your alter ego, a Dee-1 the rapper, your students don't know and they find out.
That's fire.
That's calm, you know what I'm saying?
That's fire. That's
yeah. You
know the kind, you know, we just had to get them 2 words out there. What we just had to pull
you gotta have some fucked up students that really you
see,
can change. No, listen, you always gotta have some fucked up students that you can change their way of thinking. That's the whole motive of the problem.
He did that. He actually
really
doing
did.
that.
I really did. Yeah.
That's a real life for him.
You tell him
That's why I see it before. He just.
He want everything to go his way.
I just said that's why you do the movie, but
don't call him no Lil and say, Mike, fix that. All right, don't
I say you should do the movie.
All right, now the
Marcelo and
that would be feeling some kind of way.
The non-other schools.
We don't do that Lil and all that.
Yeah, have you in the movie the non-substitute teacher that worked with you?
No.
Now I want no substitute teacher.
Yeah, I say he.
He don't non-substitute teacher that works with you. Work with me.
No. I'm the PE teacher, right? All the kids love me. And he the mean social studies teachers, so they come to school for me.
Yeah.
But they know they gotta go to this class. So they just go
you
to
make me the black militant teacher. I'm teaching them about black politics.
Then they're gonna be cutting class, come to my class, and man, you know
yeah, they won't get out of this every class because he's
Don't have all the kids.
We gotta write the script, man. We gotta write the script, bro. We gotta write the script, bro.
I've been trying to get Southern right a movie. They scared of my movies.
Man, we gotta write the script, bro. I'm with it. I'm with it. I already acted in a movie a few years ago. I started in that movie.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's called Mall Dogs. It's like a comedy.
Oh yeah, I do remember Mall
Yeah,
Dogs. I
it's
forgot
called
about
Mall
that.
Dogs. So
I'm
it's
about to
on.
go pull that up on my fire stick.
Yeah.
They get all the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it. Why you said he said you heard it. You put that bullet in my mouth on the fire stick too. You ain't do it?
Yeah.
You gotta use it. I gave him something. I gave him that Google thing.
Oh, for
You gotta go plug your Google up.
Yeah, I ain't put up 90
Say,
that.
I gave him a few little gifts today. I'm trying
Say,
to get
what's the
them
name
together.
of the movie?
Mall Dogs. MAULDOGS. Mall Dogs.
Okay, I'm gonna
Check
tell
it out.
Mall Dogs,
Google. He gave me
what you gonna tell Google?
Look up Mall Dog. Alexis, look up Mall Dog.
Alexis.
Sorry.
Tell my dad never listen to him.
Yeah.
He can
I got
motherfucking
I'm gonna check it
I'll
out.
never listen to him. Alexis, could you go down the street?
Man.
Say,
Man.
my old head, say, bro.
Y'all some clowns. Y'all
Say, we battle, but for the right thing, so it'll be fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him though. He ain't get paid, do we?
Yeah, he ain't good.
I've been looking for a check. Oh, Silky got paid. Frank Rilla got paid. T got paid. This nigga got a whole brand new truck. Come check my new truck out. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on there?
I showed him the truck, he said, get it. Then he kept, when I get the truck, he said, why you, what you got the truck for?
Nigga, my check in the mail.
It's coming, bro.
My check coming, T, bro.
T. We got a mail and check.
Yeah,
You got a mail check, yeah.
Somebody
Take 45 days. You going down
I ain't saying 45 days.
Man, bro. Y'all crazy, bro. How long we been talking for, man?
Shouts out to Escalade.
How long we been talking, T?
What?
Wow.
Bro.
Oh, you had
Say,
to
time fly though.
say you had to be a fire. We don't never go this long. 2
Right.
hours.
Say, we been cutting off. That's crazy.
Bro.
Well, say, fun, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It
Now
really
it's everything I thought it would be, bro. I promise. Everything I knew it was gonna be, man, for real. So
Hey man, you know it's a pleasure to have you here, bro. You gotta come
You
back.
come
You gotta
back anytime. But me and them gonna do a show for with Christianity.
Yeah.
We gonna call it
Well, here you go.
here you go. Here you go.
Yeah,
Don't say that.
yeah.
I don't think it's
Don't
we
say
gonna
that.
call it the Holy Grail.
We're gonna call it the Holy Grail.
Yeah, we're gonna do one
They
episode
like
of the
this,
Holy Grail and we're gonna talk about religion.
Yeah.
Let's go. You see, I was gonna go toe to toe with you.
Yeah.
Hey, serious, T.
OG
Book
stop
that.
it. OG
The
stop
next
it.
time we in, book that.
Whoa, listen. You know how long y'all been talking?
I know.
I don't even call it on the
Say,
phone.
we gonna do it, bro. Because
Man, just-
we need to let the records
I call
reflect.
him, I'll be like, say, let me tell you what we're doing this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the man have you on the phone.
Man.
2 hours.
T.
Man.
T. Give it to him now. Give it to him. T. I'm talking about 2 hours.
That's why y'all text
Me
me.
and T talk about a lot of shit. If you wanna know, me and T be talking about shit.
I'm glad. That's why I don't want to be on the phone with y'all to know
We
it.
be saying, man, we gonna do this promotion with Solo, bro. You always waiting on him.
They always, everything is waiting on me.
You the mayor.
There you go. T. He go.
You the mayor. I want Solo to run for mayor. He's scared of that.
Well, you-
Are you
He
scared?
wanna sit up in chop game all day. We gonna chop game in front of the white boy. He can win, too. And he can know all the people in the city. Solo gonna have old people, young people, rappers, Christians, man. You gonna have everybody. Everybody know you. They fuck with you.
Good. You good. You. Why not? You.
What Dee-1 doing is another way right now. Let him.
Yeah,
y'all
I can dig it. I
y'all
can
got a
get
particular call
Yeah,
for you
I
right
can
now.
get politics.
Let him run that. When he get about 50, he might decide to come be a mayor for New Orleans.
Yeah, right now I'm still making albums. I'm still touring. I still got yeah. I'm focused on
Let me
that.
show what you do. You try to just throw me over there. I ain't about to stop rapping and all that. What you do?
But you could be a rabid mayor.
Oh, Lord.
They be looking for you well out there. You on tour. Y'all never rough riders.
That's why I said rough rider. He said, who on the tour? Who on the tour? Rough rider.
Rough rider, yeah. Man, New
Say,
Orleans.
who on there for rough rider? I'm saying who on there? Who on there?
Jada Kiss, Sheep Loop, Bring Your Eve back out on time. The man New Orleans is on tour with the Rough Riders. They got a tribute to DMX going on.
Bro, y'all can come back. Y'all can have y'all wonderful conversation, bro. It was an iron in the time, what you know. sure ain't know we're gonna talk all while we walk out of here talking.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. God, dog,
shout out
bro.
to our sponsor, Cheek Taco. Say, Cheek, you gonna get kicked to the curb. Nigga been home.
You just said you had to walk by for why you gonna be without.
What happened?
Boy, you forgot what you told me? We gonna talk about that.
So you know for the weed.
Tell you, bro.
Shout out to X-Clay. And I don't know about buy you king key. That nigga bought us a king key in a while. Oh, this shit got
Hey,
me
bro,
gold.
that's my partner, yeah.
Man, funny. That
boy
boy
been working in Texas, bro.
Man, you better shit some shit. Nigga, I don't. Come on, bro. It ain't know what you call it.
Dude with the Texas. I told him, you know what? It was great. I talked to him today. I'm like, all right. I really did. I really talked to him today.
Our stomach be hungry up here. Nigga smoking all the weeds and smoke. We ain't smoking today. We had to get high as a motherfucker. I was smoking everybody's shit, man. Give me that shit. Dee-1. You can't smoke with Dee-1.
When I walk in here, man.
Give me that shit, man.
I tell you, I walk
I don't know what
in, you late.
I was smoking, bro.
I'm docking your face. This is the first time you early, nigga. Only reason you early because you know you smoking before the marriage.
I was smoking all in my car and everything. I'm trying to get high.
Man, y'all doing crazy, bro.
We out of here.
Y'all doing
Yeah,
crazy,
bro.
Y'all doing.
Y'all know what we do?
And we out of here.
Give me my rollers while I can still smell them. Please don't wait till I'm on my way to heaven. Our Father, who art in heaven. Give me my roses while I can still smell them. Give me my roses while I can still smell them. Please don't wait till I'm on my way to heaven. Our Father, who art in heaven. Give me my roses while I can still smell them.